faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments and cheers today. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. More great stuff is coming up here on Game Time.
This is for the Steamboat Spring Sailors. Alright! They're awesome. Yeah, great music here on Game Time. First name greatest, like a spring apple boy. No playing, started off no rules, but thanks to all the haters, I know she had more comments on the first name basis. She essentially got more class. Swimming in the money, coming by me. Nemo, if I was in the club, drop the mixtape, sounded like an album. Who'd have thought a countrywide tour be the outcome? Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal, I did it without one.
3 minutes, 3 minutes. Two minutes. Quinones.
Welcome to the Steamboat Springs High School for tonight's game between the visiting rival Bears.
All right, welcome everybody to Kelly Meek Gymnasium in the legendary downtown of Steamboat Springs for another matchup of Sailors basketball. We'll be bringing you varsity girls and varsity boys getting ready here to tip off as they do the introductions to the varsity girls game. I am your host for today, Drew McElhaney. And we are getting ready to get this thing going. Let's give a quick shout out before this game gets going to a couple of our sponsors. Yampa Valley Bank. The Yampa Valley is only a locally owned bank with locations both in Steamboat and in Craig. Alpine Lumber. the contractor's choice and the homeowner's friend. Go see Skip and the gang for any of your building needs. Mountain View Car Wash, home of the Unlimited Wash Club, located between the town and mountain on Highway 40. Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop, where you always meet by accident. Steamboat Ace Hardware, place with the helpful hardware person. The all-new Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Ram trucks with store-to-door service. You can shop them online at steamboatmotors.com. Also found on west of town on Highway 40. And the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty. Let Chris Paoli and his team help you with all your real estate needs, whether buying or selling. The Paoli Group has you covered. And it looks like we're just about done with introductions here, and we'll get the game going for you. Today it's going to be the Steamboat Sailors versus the Rifle Bears, coming up highway, just down on Highway 13 there. Your Steamboat Sailors are 0-3 on the season so far. I apologize. It's 0-3 in league play. They're 0-4. 0-4 for the season, and they're taking on the Bears of Rifle, who are 3-1 overall and 3-0 in the league. So the Lady Sailors are going to definitely have a big hill to climb today. The Lady Sailors coming off of a loss just the other night down in Eagle Valley, down in Gypsum. Put up a great match, only lost by 4 points. Again, the one thing to know the most about this Lady Sailors team is they are a team that does not quit, and they are a team that is all about going after the ball. And here's the tip-off, and it's won by the Sailors. Samantha Campbell gives it to Erica Simmons, who brings the ball up. Erica fouled out the other night, so hopefully she'll play a little more discipline today. It kind of hurt them for a little bit down in Eagle Valley, not having her leading the charge. They still put up a brilliant effort to try to pull out that win. Here's Molly Brown driving the lane, puts the shot up, goes around and in. So the Sailors up to an early lead, 2-0. And here come the Rifle Bears. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get all these names down, so give me a little bit here. And number 5, that's Karen. To number 13, who is Lizardo, down to number 4 and up, just misses. That shot was missed by Jasmine Quinosis. And Josie Foote bounce pass into Samantha Campbell, who gets tied up. It is a jump ball possession arrow to the Rifle Bears. The Rifle Bears, Jamie Karen, number 5, seems to be their big scorer, averaging 15 points a game. And as Karen brings the ball across the court, she passes off to number 4, Quinosis, back over to Karen. And number 3, there's that scrappy defense by Samantha. Not Samantha Campbell, Erica Simmons. She had a bunch of turnovers the other night, caused a bunch of turnovers. Josie Foote gets it into Molly Brown. Molly Brown looking for some help. Gets it down to Samantha Campbell, back out to Molly Brown. Molly Brown gets it back into Samantha Campbell, makes a move, puts it up. And it's out of bounds, they say, on Steamboat. Looked like a couple arms across her hands there, but there's no foul called. The Bears ball. And here comes the pressure defense by the Sailors. Erica Simmons always trying to steal the ball. You cannot let your guard down with her on you. And the Sailors, the Bears working the ball up, get it across midcourt. Quinosis and then over to Karen. Karen over to 13. I do not have a 13 on my list. And a steal there by Erica Simmons. Stepped into the passing lane, took the ball right away from the Bears. Dribbling around, she finds Brown. Brown up top, looking for some help. Offense moving around, no one coming free, so she's going to have to dribble. She does, she takes it down, she twists the shot up. Just misses, comes up a little bit short. Rebound, Karen of the Bears. being guarded by Josie Foote. They finally get the ball across midcourt. Number 13 for the Bears puts up a shot, comes up short, and it's going to be a rebound to Josie Foote, who gives the outlet pass to Erica Simmons, who pushes the ball up court. Erica Simmons makes a move, goes around her first defender, loses control, but it was last touched by the Rifle Bears. It's going to be Steamboat ball. It'll be Josie Foote inbounding the ball just underneath the basket here along the baseline. Josie Foote gets the ball from the referee. Offense starts moving. She better get it in. Throws it up over Erica Simmons' head, who gathers it in out at the midcourt line. Gets the offense going. Molly Brown sets the screen for her. Simmons to the side. Can't find anything over there. Tries to force a pass to Josie. Gets it to her. Foote now has the ball at the top of the key and now finds Molly Brown. Molly Brown over to Daisy Wilson. Daisy Wilson in the kind of trapped in the corner. Gets it to Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons on the baseline. Too much on the baseline. Steps on it. Ball's going the other way. Rifle Bears. 2-0. Sailors with the early lead with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter here. And here comes the Bears across midcourt. Quinosis with the ball. Quinosis gives the ball to Karen. Karen drives it. That's their main player. And they get her to give up the ball. That's what they need. They want to keep the ball out of number 5's hands. Now Quinosis over to number 23. Number 23. And it's a foul there on the Sailors. The foul's going to be on Samantha Campbell. That's going to be her first one of the game. Samantha Campbell, just a dominant presence down low. Had a great game down in Eagle Valley. Players are all catch their wins through their mask. And Karen, with her first attempt, misses, keeping the score at 2-0. Your Sailors leading. 4:35 left in the first quarter. Jamie Karen for her second shot. And that one's nothing but net. So it's 2-1 now is the lead for your Sailors. Just a 1 point lead with 4:34 to go in the first quarter. Erica Simmons brings the ball up across midcourt. Erica Simmons makes a move, drives the lane, and she is fouled on the play by the Bears. It's going to be Josie Foote inbounding the ball on the sideline there. Erica Simmons' pressure drive always causing trouble for the defense. They get the ball into Samantha Campbell, makes a great move, goes up. Again, the refs just swallowing the whistle there. An outlet pass, a bounce pass, and the Bears come up short on their layup. They get an outlet pass, put it up, come up short. Number 2 with the rebound, she comes up short. Number 2 again comes up short. As they're trying to get the ball, the Sailors just couldn't get the ball, and it comes back out to Rifle. Rifle now with the ball up top and starts their offense all over again. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-1 Sailor lead. Number 13 drives, and it's an offensive charge. Offensive charge. Samantha Campbell planting her feet, making sure that they can't get into the lane. Drawing the penalty there with Samantha Campbell. It's a great job. That was a huge collision. And if you have a collision, you might find yourself at Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat's premier auto body shop. They come highly recommended. All right. The atmosphere here in Kelly Meek is pretty good today, I have to tell you. Again, no fans are allowed, no spectators in the stands. Looks like a couple faculty members here, just kind of helping with some cheering. And the cheerleaders have made it in. So we have cheerleaders here as well. There's the buzzer, so timeout should be over. The referee is trying to get people back onto the court. And they do. And coming out of timeout, it's going to be Samantha Campbell, Grace Harper, Molly Brown, Erica Simmons, and Josie Foote for the Sailors. Josie will inbound the ball to Erica Simmons, and she'll bring it up the court with 3:55 to go in the first quarter. A 1 point lead for the Sailor girls. Erica Simmons dribbles to the side, doesn't see anything over there. Reverses her dribble, goes back the other way. Nothing over there. She's going to have to come back the other way. Can't find anybody. Now she tries to get to Brown. The ball gets intercepted, but Josie Foote gets back and intercepts the next pass. Erica Simmons starts the offense over again, comes across mid-line. Now she drives the lane, puts it up a little too hard. Rebound comes down. It's a tie-up. And that Possession arrow is going to go to the Sailors. Erica Simmons with a power drive to the hole, just puts it up a little too hard off the glass. Josie Foote underneath the basket, inbounding on the baseline, gets it out to Molly Brown. 3-point attempt, just over the rim. Out of bounds on the Sailors, going to be rifle ball. All right, Lizardo inbounds the ball to Karen. Karen brings the ball up. She gives it over to Quinosis. Quinosis goes around, looks for some help, gets it out to Karen. Karen fakes it, drives. Now she has to give it back out to Quinosis. Quinosis around. Now she's being guarded by Samantha Campbell, and Samantha Campbell blocks the shot. That's going to be a block shot for Samantha Campbell. Don't bring it on Samantha Campbell. She will not make it easy on you. Bears inbound underneath the basket along the baseline. Give it out to Karen in the corner. She makes a move, doesn't take the shot. She now gives it back out to Quinosis, who drives, just throws the ball up, and they call a blocking foul on Samantha Campbell. That's going to be her second foul. That's not good for the Sailors. If they're going to beat this team, the Bears from Rifle, they're gonna need the help of Samantha Campbell, and they can't afford her getting into any more foul trouble. Number 4, Quinosis taking the free throw. That's a nice shot. She makes it, tying the game with 2:55 to go in the first quarter. It's 2-2. Sailors versus the Bears of Rifle. Quinosis retrieves the ball from the referee, does her routine, puts her shot up, and that's nothing but net. So now the Lady Bears have taken the lead over the Sailors, 3-2, with 2:54 to go in the first quarter. Erica Simmons brings the ball up across midcourt, looking for some help. Dribbles one way, reverses her dribble, goes back the other way. Gets a screen from Brown. Still can't find anything. Knocked out of bounds by number 4, Quinosis of Rifle. Josie Foote will be inbounding the ball for the Steamboat Sailors. Josie Foote gets it into Brown. Brown dribbles over to the center of the court. It's stolen from her, got her pocket picked by Quinosis. And then Erica Simmons gets back to try to break it up. And she does, but draws a foul with 2:35 to go first quarter. 3-2. Rifle Bears over your Lady Sailors. The ball's inbounded to Karen. They want to get the ball out of her hands. She's their lead scorer. She passes it off into the corner for Lazard. Lazard gets it back to Karen. Karen tries to dribble out top. She puts a move on Erica Simmons, but Simmons with the tight defense gives it to Lazard. Lazard drives the baseline and gets the shot up, misses, but draws the foul. And we'll get the call here. Blocking foul on Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons had some foul trouble in the last game. Can't have these girls getting in too much foul trouble here early on. Lazard will be taking the first of 2. And it hits the front rim and rolls in. Members bounce. 2:17 left to go in the first quarter. 4-2. Rifle Bears over your Steamboat Sailors. Lazard now gets the ball from the ref, does her routine. And the shot is away. Doesn't get the member bounce that time. Rebounded by Daisy Wilson, I apologize, up to Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons drives the lane, gets bodied. She gives it up back to Wilson, to Josie Foote. I'm sorry, Erica Simmons with the shot. The Rifle outlets the ball. No defense back. It's going to be, what a great play. Number 4 had a straight line to the basket. And Josie Foote for the Sailors gets back, disrupts the play, gets the ball knocked out of bounds. Number 22, Rena Bomberski in the game for the Sailors right now. And she'll be guarding the inbound pass. And there's a timeout on the floor. With 1:52 to go in the first quarter, 4-2, Rifle Bears over the Lady Sailors. There's the crowd mummers in excitement that's going on here in the Kelly Meek Gymnasium in downtown Steamboat Springs. That was another collision. But if you do have to find yourself going to Russell's Auto Salon for a collision, you might have to stop by Yampa Valley Bank also. So Yampa Valley Bank, your only locally owned bank, with locations both in Steamboat and Craig. And there's the buzzer as the players come back onto the floor. And it will be the Rifle Bears inbounding the ball along the baseline just underneath their basket with 1:52 to go in the first quarter. Quinones will be inbounding the ball for them. Gets it over to Karen in the corner, and she dribbles out top and sets up her offense. It's a spread offense. Everybody's all over the court here. She makes a move on Erica Simmons. Not going to happen to Erica Simmons. Great inlet pass to number 2. Josie Foote disrupts that. No easy shot. And the Sailors battling for it, and it's Bomberski with the rebound, and she gives it up to Simmons. Simmons now bringing the ball up for the Sailors across midcourt. And Simmons makes a great move, drives the lane, kicks it back out to Bomberski, and just misses her shot. Trying to save it was Josie Foote, and unsuccessfully. 1:17 to go in the first quarter. 4-2, Rifle over Steamboat. Rifle ball as Karen inbounds the ball to Quinones, and Quinones brings the ball up the court across midcourt line. Being guarded by Josie Foote. And just a lot of dribbling going around. Now they give it to Karen, who makes a good move, tries to make a pass, not a good pass, and stolen away by the Sailors. And it's Erica Simmons coming away with the ball, bringing it up the court. Erica Simmons stops on a dive, makes a pass over to Bomberski, who finds Grace Harper. Grace Harper makes a move, looks, drives baseline, misses, gets her own rebound, and stolen from behind by the Rifle Bears, but the ball hits the baseline. Sailor ball with 43 seconds to go in the first quarter. Josie Foote for the Lady Sailors will be inbounding the ball underneath her basket along the baseline. And Grace Harper goes out. And Carolyn McLaughlin comes in for her. Josie Foote looking for something, and I think we have an illegal screen. Blocking foul on McLaughlin, who just came into the game and made an illegal screen, got called for the block. Bears inbound the ball. Here comes that Sailor presser defense. They give it up to Karen. She pulls up, doesn't take the shot. Gives up to Lazard, who puts up a shot, misses, and the smallest girl on the court, and Erica Simmons ties up one of the tallest girls on the court for a jump ball. That possession arrow is going to go to Rifle with 31.4 seconds left to go in the game. 4-2, 2-point lead, Rifle over Steamboat. Lazard of the Rifle inbounding the ball underneath her basket on the baseline. Looking for some help. Gets the ball into Karen. Over to Quinones. Quinones being guarded by Bomberski. Quinones gives the ball up to Lazard. Lazard back to Quinones. Quinones being guarded now by Daisy Wilson. Now she's being guarded by Erica Simmons. A good switch off on defense there. They drive the lane. Lazard puts a shot up, comes off the rim. Rebound Rifle trying to get it out. They do. And it's back up top to Karen. Only seconds left to go. They got to get a shot off. Lazard, last second shot. Too hard. Well off the mark on that one. As we come to the end of the first quarter, 4-2. Lady Bears over the Lady Sailors. We'll give a quick shout out to Mountain View Car Wash, Travis and the gang. Sun's out, the guns are out. So I'm sure the guns were out today down there at Mountain View Car Wash, home of the Unlimited Wash Club. My wife is a member of the Unlimited Wash Club, and she absolutely loves it. And if she loves it, you'll love it too. So get yourself down to Mountain View Car Wash. Get yourself signed up to the Unlimited Car Wash. Oh, so these Lady Sailors doing what they do best, and that's defense. One thing we have come to know of the Lady Sailors in these first 4 games of the season is it's a scrappy team, and they don't give up. I was talking the other day on the Harvey Huddle about how in one of the previous games they were losing by over 20 points, and even with just 10 seconds left to go in the game, they were still burning skin off on the floor trying to get the ball. So they don't quit. They don't quit at all. And Josie Foote gave a great effort down in Eagle Valley the other night, and she must have been covered in bruises, I'm sure, the next day after that game. And so it's going to be Sailors at midcourt as we start the second quarter. Josie Foote tries to get it into Erica Simmons. There's a smash up on the floor, and it's going to come up to the Rifle Bears. Karen over to Lazard. Lazard of Rifle, back to Karen. Karen of Rifle looking to get the offense moving. Nobody's moving without the ball. Now Quinosis makes a backdoor cut. They give it to her. That's a well-run play. You can tell they've practiced that one. That's good. That's a good one. It's 6-2 Rifle over your Lady Sailors. At the beginning here of the second quarter, Erica Simmons now brings the ball up for the Sailors, gives it over to Josie Foote. Josie Foote looking for some help. She gets it into Daisy Wilson, puts up a shot just a bit shy on the shot. Comes down to Rifle. She outlets the pass. Quinosis, and she's denied by Josie Foote, who gets back. I'm telling you, the defense of Sailors is fantastic. Erica Simmons drives the whole court, gets denied on the offensive end. Now that's Rifle back the other way. Rifle has numbers. They give it back and forth. You can't do that against these Sailors. They're too scrappy. They'll get back and break that up as they did with Erica Simmons there. And Daisy Wilson's going to come back out and Samantha Campbell back in. Samantha Campbell, the leading scorer of the Lady Sailors. And they inbound it. They give it to Karen. She takes her first three of the game and she misses that one. She averages about 15 points a game. I don't believe she has any yet as of yet. And it's Sailor ball. Here comes Erica Simmons now, bringing the ball into the offensive end. Gives it to Bomberski. Bomberski finds Campbell. Campbell looking for help. Back out to Bomberski. Now over to Simmons in the corner. Simmons lobs a pass in for Campbell. Broken up by Lazard of Rifle. It's going to be out of bounds on Rifle. Josie Foote will be inbounding the ball for the Steamboat Sailors. Just off from the backboard along the baseline. Looking for some help. Gets it out to Bomberski. Bomberski just goes up with the shot and just misses. Rebound by Karen of the Bears, who then gives it up to get her dribble back. And she brings the ball up. And Karen of Rifle dribbles the ball off her foot. Going the other way. Lady Sailor possession. 6:24 to go in this half. It's a 4-point lead for the Lady Bears over the Lady Sailors, 6-2. Erica Simmons brings the ball up, gives it over to Bomberski. Bomberski now looking for some help. Gives it to Josie Foote. Tries to work it inside to McLaughlin. It's stolen away by Lazard of the Bears. Lazard. Get it out to Karen at the top. Karen gets a screen, gets an open shot. Bounces around, doesn't go down. A rebound blocked by Samantha Campbell. And the Lady Bears track down the ball and start over their offense. They work it down low. Shot up, miss. Sailors, no rebound. Shot up, miss. This time, Erica Simmons coming down with the ball for Steamboat. She's going to go straight to the hole on this one and puts it up, and it's a little too hard. And down with it comes Rifle, and it's Karen bringing it up for Rifle, and she slows things down. And it's Lazar down inside to number 2, Kimber Lane, and she makes a shot. Kimber Lane getting her first points of the game. 8-2 now is the lead for the Rifle Bears over the Lady Sailors with 5:15 to go in this first half. Josie Foote has the ball up top, looking for some help. Dribbling around, just going to give it over to Bomberski. Now to Erica Simmons. Looks like they're trying to work it in down low. Samantha Campbell from 3 just misses. Hits the rim and goes straight up. Doesn't get a member bounce. And it's going to be rebounded by Lazard of the Bears, who gives it up to Karen. Karen of the Rifle Bears makes a move on Bomberski. Goes to the lane. Draws the defense and gives a nice easy bounce pass to Lang. And she puts it in for the Lady Bears. Should be 10-4. They put that score on the wrong side. Should be 10-2. Scoreboard's wrong here in Kelly Meek Stadium. 10-2 is the lead for the Rifle Bears over the Lady Sailors with 4:40 left to go in the first half and a timeout here in the stadium in the Kelly Meek Gymnasium. The coach has his board out. He's drawing up something what he wants the Lady Sailors to do. Coach Ibarra doing what he does best. just trying to really get this Steamboat ladies offense going. It has been a struggle this season on the offensive end for Steamboat, but that's not to take away anything away from their defense. They play a mean defense. I take these girls over many basketball team defenses that I watch daily. And the ball's inbounded over to Molly Brown. Molly Brown brings the ball up. It's Brown over to Bomberski. Bomberski over to Simmons. Simmons does a pump fake. Gets it to Bomberski. She puts up a shot. Just missed. That shot was falling the other night in Eagle Valley. And it looks like Lazard of the Rifle Bears still had her foot on the baseline when the pass came back to her. So out of bounds on the Rifle Bears. That's a good turnover there for the Sailors. Erica Simmons is going to take a breather, as I should say, sorry. And the ball comes in to Samantha Campbell. She makes a nice turn move, just misses, gets her own rebound, puts it up. Oh, she's just not getting the bounces. It doesn't go down. And they bring the ball up. It's Karen for the Rifle Bears. Kenna Harrison's in for the Sailors now. Out of bounds on the Sailors. It's going to be Quinosis of Rifle inbounding the ball. And she finds Lazard. Lazard being guarded by Grace Harper. Makes a nice move. Doesn't get the shot to fall. Rebound. Grace Harper gives the ball up to Molly Brown. Brown brings the ball across midcourt. Brown looking for some help here. She goes over to Harrison. Back to Bomberski. Bomberski over to Grace Harper. Then to Harrison, and it's not necessarily a bad pass, but they just didn't connect. It was stolen away by Karen of Rifle, and the Sailors had the foul. Number 11, Kenna Harrison with the call. It was a pushing call. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Well, Coach's got to pull these guys aside. Tell them to stop giving up all that real estate. And speaking of real estate, let Chris Paoli with the Colorado Group Realty, let Chris and his gang help you with all your real estate needs, whether you're buying or selling. The Paoli Group has you covered. And we have some fantastic flipping going on here by the Steamboat cheerleaders doing their routines at the timeout. 3:40 to go left in the first half. 10-2 is the score for the Rifle Lady Bears over your Lady Sailors. We finally got the scoreboard corrected here in Kelly Meek Stadium. I keep saying stadium. It's gymnasium. It looks like Lazard for the Lazard into. It's Karen with the ball in the paint, puts the shot up, almost gets the bounce, but it rolls off. And everybody fights for the rebound, out of bounds on the Lady Bears. It's going to be Lady Sailors ball. And it's going to be Erica Simmons back in the game, so she's going to bring the ball back up across midcourt. Dribbles around, gets a screen from Brown. And Brown comes back to help her out as she gets trapped. And Brown gives it over to Grace Harper. Grace Harper looking for some help back out to Brown. Then to Samantha Campbell. And now she's going to take it in. Goes up for the shot. Gets the foul. She probably should have been some other fouls earlier. She finally gets the refs to blow one. And Samantha Campbell going to the stripe. Shoot 2. 3:09 left in the first half. Down by 8. The Lady Sailors trailing. Samantha Campbell receives the ball from the referee. She puts up her shot and nothing but net. So first point going in for the first time in quite a while for the Sailors. 10-3, Bears over the Sailors. Samantha Campbell at the stripe taking her second shot. Shot away, loops out and comes down. Lazard for the Bears with the rebound. She brings the ball up midcourt, doesn't get called for a carry there. And gives the ball up to Karen. Karen with Simmons on her. Gets a screen, gets another screen, goes all the way down to the baseline, then has to pull up. Tries to get the ball to Quinosis, who loses control and then is slapped out of bounds by Erica Simmons of the Sailors. It's going to be Bears ball. And it's into Karen. Karen dribbling around. She gets it over to Allen. Allen out to Quinosis. Quinosis dribbling around, not really doing much with it. Gives it over to Lazard, who makes a move on Harrison, who gives it out to Allen in the corner, who finds Karen at the top of the key. Karen dribbles around. Now she finds Samantha Campbell, so she gives it in to Lang. Lang misses her shot, and out of bounds on number 11, Kenna Harrison of the Steamboat Sailors. And number 4, Quinosis of the Bears, will be inbounding the ball underneath their basket. She gives it into Karen, pump fakes, then takes a shot, and she makes that one. A little bit of defensive breakdown there with 2:18 to go in the first half. 12-3, Rifle over Steamboat. Erica Simmons now controlling the ball for Steamboat. Drives the ball into the corner. Gives it up to Brown. Brown looking for some help. She can put the ball on the ground, but she's not choosing to do so. She's going to get a call. Now gives it up to Kenna Harrison. Kenna tries to make a move, loses control of it, goes to Brown, though. Brown now has the ball for Steamboat. Trying to find something. Gives it up to Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons makes a move. Back to Harrison. Harrison then just back to Simmons. Not really getting any penetration here. And Erica Simmons throws it out of bounds. Well, Sailors trying to get something going on offense there, but just couldn't get anybody open. And eventually that tight defense led to them making a bad pass out of bounds. And the Bears of Rifle will now bring the ball up with a full court press by the Sailors. First time we've seen this today. And it works. Campbell steals the ball away, and they call her for a double dribble. I think if they hadn't called the double dribble, it was about ready to get stolen away anyways. And it's going to be Rifle Bears ball almost at midcourt here with 1:31 to go in the first half. Kenna Harrison coming out of the game. Belize Berry in for her. Belize Berry guarding the inbound pass now to get it into Karen. The pressure from the Sailors. They trap her. They've got her trapped. And she gets a pass away to Lazard. Lazard now finds Allen. Allen at the top. Gets it over to Quinosis. Almost throws it away. Quinosis makes a great job to save that ball. And she finds Lazard, who double dribbles. No, they call it travel. I guess you could call either one. With 1:09 to go, it's going to be Sailor ball. 12-3, Rifle leading Steamboat. And Erica Simmons retrieving the ball and now bringing it up the court. She's going to go across midcourt here, being guarded by Quinosis. She makes a move on her, drives it in, pulls it back out. Finds Molly Brown. Molly Brown with the ball. She gets to Belize Berry. Back to Simmons for 3. Money! That's a great shot. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. Sailors double their points there. 12-6. Rifle over Steamboat. Here's that defense, that full court pressure defense. And it's a timeout by the Rifle coach, seeing that his team was in trouble. This is the first time we've seen Coach Ibarra bring out the full court press in this game. They ran it a lot down in Eagle Valley and had a ton of turnovers. And I think that's going to be his best strategy going the rest of this game, is just to keep up that full court pressure. Again, though, I did mention in Eagle Valley, Erica Simmons, the point guard of Steamboat, fouled out of that game, and she had to sit out most of the third quarter in foul trouble. And that's because of probably running that full court pressure pretty much the whole game. Does put your team in bad situations where they end up fouling sometimes. But with the way that this Steamboat Lady Sailors team plays, that full court pressure, it's kind of their signature. And here we go. Rifle trying to inbound the ball. It's going to be Quinosis inbounding the ball, trying to get it to Karen, but they're not going to allow it. 5 seconds, turnover. Couldn't get the ball, and I'm telling you, the Sailors, Lady Sailors defense is something else. Josie Foote inbounding the ball, gets it to Brown. Brown makes a couple dribbles, looking around, switches hands, goes the opposite direction, pulls it up, gets it into Campbell, gets it back to Brown. She's got an open lane. She just needs to look up. And out of bounds, they said it was off of Bear. It's going to be Sailor ball with 25.4 seconds left in the first half. Josie Josie Brown. Josie Foot inbounding the ball underneath the basket here along the baseline. Looking for some help. Samantha Campbell just standing still. She's got to move, get open. They get it out to Brown. Setting up the offense, 23 seconds. Over to Belize Berry. Belize Berry looking for somebody. Finds Josie Foot and puts up a shot. Just misses off the glass. Rebounded. Tie up. 14.7s, but the 14 seconds left in the first half, but the possession arrow goes to Rifle. Unfortunate for the Sailors there. Lazard trying to inbound the ball, gets it to Quinosis. Quinosis, the full court pressure, 11 seconds. 10 seconds now in the first half. 13 seconds. Lazard driving the lane. She's met by Samantha Campbell, and she breaks it up, and the ball rolls around and is out of bounds. I believe with 0 time left on the clock. And that's going to take us to half here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium in downtown Steamboat Springs. Your Lady Sailors with 6 points. The Lady Bears leading them by 12 points. And we'll be back shortly in about 10 minutes. A minute 22 left to go in the halftime. Seconds. The team's not out here yet. Everybody, welcome back to Kelly Meek Stadium. Steamboat High School, downtown Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and we're underway of the second half of the Rifle Bears versus the Lady Sailors. And Erica Simmons goes up with a quick shot here to start off the second half, and she draws a foul. Pushing foul on number 4, Quinosis, of the Rifle Bears. Erica Simmons now taking her first shots in the second half. And puts it up, gets the roll, and bounces in for Erica Simmons now. That's going to be 12-7 is the lead, Lady Bears over Lady Sailors. And Erica Simmons makes both of them. Excellent job by Erica Simmons, bringing the score to 12-8 just at the beginning here of the second half. Lazard for the Rifle, over to Karen of Rifle, who finds Quinosis. Quinosis, the Sailors pressuring up their defense here, making it hard on the Lady Bears. Allen now has the ball. She gives it out to Karen. Karen dribbles the ball around, looking for something. Erica Simmons hounds her. Lazard then tries to make a move, and it's out of bounds on the Bears. It's going to be Sailor ball. And the ball is given to Josie Foote. She inbounds it to Erica Simmons and brings it up the court. Erica Simmons across the midcourt line. Gets a strong screen by Belize Berry, who gets the ball then from Simmons. Tries to get it back to her. It's knocked out of bounds by Quinosis of Rifle. And it's going to be Erica Simmons inbounding the ball along the sideline here. Looking for somebody. She gets it into Berry. Berry drives down, gives it up to Samantha Campbell. Back to Berry, makes a move into the lane, kicks it back out to Simmons. Simmons setting up the offense again, picks up her dribble, now gives it to Berry. Berry looking to try to get it into Wilson, can't do it, pulls her dribble back. The Rifle girls swat at it, she gets it up to Simmons. Simmons goes in, I guess they call that a clean play. They give it out to Karen, it's 2-on-1 Rifle. Simmons gets back and disrupts the shot, and it's going to be out of bounds on the Sailors. It's going to be Bears ball. Berry looking to try to get it into Wilson. Can't do it. Pulls the dribble back. All right, it's Bears ball here. And they give it in to Karen. Karen takes a long three, draws nothing, and it's tracked down by Daisy Wilson of Steamboat. Gives it up to Erica Simmons, point guard for Steamboat Springs Lady Sailors, who brings the ball across midcourt, does some nifty dribbling, Can't shake her defender, gives it up to Brown. Gives a nice pass into Samantha Campbell. That's how it's done. And the Sailors coming out strong at halftime. Whatever Coach said to them at halftime is working. It's 12 Rifle, 10 Steamboat. And Steamboat, Daisy Wilson with the steal in the paint. Gives it up to Brown, who now will bring the ball up the court for the Sailors with 5:54 to go in the third quarter. Gives it to Samantha Campbell. A great pass to Simmons, who gets fouled going to the basket. They are playing whatever Coach Vera told them at halftime certainly is working. 5:48 to go in the third quarter. 12 points for the Rifle Bears. 10 points for the Lady Sailors. Erica Simmons at the line, shooting 2. Erica Simmons retrieves the ball from the referee. Does her ritual, grips it and rips it. Nothing but net. Bringing it up, bringing their score up to 11. 12-11. It's only a 1-point lead now for Rifle. Sailors coming out strong. 5 unanswered points so far for the Sailors since halftime. Trying to make it 6 here. Erica Simmons. Oh, great shot. 6 unanswered points by the Lady Sailors here. And now they put pressure defense, making it hard for Rifle to get across the half-court line. They finally break the pressure, but that doesn't break Erica Simmons. And now they cause a travel. They cause a travel. The pressure defense of the Lady Sailors again with another turnover. And here they come back in. It's inbounded to Erica Simmons. Tries to make a move. She kicks it back out to Brown. Brown makes a move. She drives. Draws the defense, kicks it out to Josie Foote. Josie Foote puts it up a little high off the board. Wilson with the rebound tries to go up. No foul called, but out of bounds on the Bears, so it will be Sailor ball. It looks like a few of the players thought it was going the other way. Now they're getting situated. Josie Foote will be inbounding the ball along the baseline underneath the basket. Looking for something. Everybody's scrambling around. There they go. They get it in. Now it's to Samantha. Now to Wilson. Wilson puts up a shot. Just misses. Campbell with the rebound, and they're going to call a foul. Wasn't sure if they're going to call a travel when she went to the floor. They're to say that they fouled her with a holding there. Number 2, Allen of Rifle with the hold there. Josie Foote inbounding underneath her basket along the baseline. Looking for some help. And I guess they're calling a 5-second there. That was a pretty quick 5 seconds, but they called it, and that's what it is. That's a Bears ball going the other way. And Steamboat comes out again with their full court press. They're not going to make it easy on this Bears. They're here to win their first game, and they'd like to get this one over Rifle. And it's almost thrown away by Josie Foote, and then Erica Simmons steals it away. The ball's on the ground. It's picked up now by Molly Brown. Dribbles it up, pulls it back. Slows everything down. That's a good play by Brown. She gets it into Wilson, who can't handle the pass. It's stolen by Lazard, who then the ball is tipped out by Josie Foote. Oh, well. What happened there is Josie Foote knocked the ball away. The feet got tangled. The girl went down. They called the foul on Josie Foote. That's just going to be her first foul of the game with 4:54 to go in the third quarter. 12-12 tie. Rifle, Steamboat Springs. And here's that full court presser, and it's going to be a turnover. Oh, Josie Foote just took a hit to the face, and they get an easy foul. Foote still holding her mouth. She must have taken an elbow to the face on that pressure defense. Simmons drives, gets trapped, gives it out to Campbell. Campbell puts up the shot off the rim, comes down. It's a scrap again for the ball. There's elbows flying, nothing called. Quinosis comes out with it, and a blocking foul on Josie Foote. And she is getting a little bit frustrated right now, disagreeing with the referee on that call. She did kind of thrust her hip out as the girl was going around. It was a good call. And with 2 quick fouls and an elbow to the chops, Josie Foote's going to take a break and get a little bit of a breather as Belize Berry comes in for her. Karen for Rifle brings the ball across midcourt, drives down to the baseline, kicks it out. A 3-point shot put up by Rifle, missed, and an over the back on the rebound. Ball will be going the other way. Lady Sailor ball. 14-12, 4:13 left to go in the third quarter. Rifle leading by 2 points. It's going to be Sailor ball here. Belize Berry will be inbounding the ball. Nope, she's going to take a seat, and Josie Foot's coming back in. Berry back to the bench. Coach just had to settle Foot down, make sure her head was in the game. She inbounds it to Brown. Brown brings it up, being pressured. She's going to take it to the hole, coast to coast, and draws the foul. 4:07 left to go in the third quarter. The unsinkable Molly Brown drives to the hole and draws the foul. 14-12 to go with just over 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Molly Brown retrieves the ball from the ref, grips it and rips it, and nothing but net. That's a beautiful shot. That's going to tie up this game. Nope, I'm sorry. We're still one short. 14-13, Rifle over Steamboat. Brown retrieves the ball, puts the shot up, and nothing but net. Good stroke from the stripe there that Molly Brown has. 14-14, just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Full court pressure again by the Lady Sailors, making it hard on the Bears, who turn it over. Quinosa's trying to get it to Karen. We're not able to connect. And out they go. It's going to be Sailors. It's going to be a timeout on the floor. 3:58 to go in the third quarter. 14-14. We've got a tie going on here at the Kelly Meek Gymnasium. Quick shout out to Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, and gardens and more. Offering knowledgeable advice and helpful service and quality products. West Steamboat in the Curve Plaza. Also, the all-new Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Ram trucks. With store-to-door service, shop them online at steamboatmotors.com. West Steamboat on Highway 40. Well, as I talked about earlier in this game, these Lady Sailors' defense is something you don't want to mess with. And as soon as Coach Ibarra decided to go full court, it's changed everything in this game, making it very difficult for the Bears to get the ball across midcourt. And the Bears are 3-0 in league play, whereas the Lady Sailors are 0-3 in league play. So this is a great battle that the Sailors are putting up, and they're able to get the ball in. It's Samantha Campbell to Wilson. Wilson kind of trapped. She dribbles out of the trap, goes down baseline, bounce pass into Campbell, and it looks like the calling a foul on the Bears, holding Samantha Campbell. And it's going to be the ball out of bounds on the baseline. Josie Foot will be inbounding it with 3:47 left in the third quarter. 14-14 tie. Josie Foot of the Sailors got the ball from the ref. Gots the ball, that's good English. Gives it up to Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons over to Brown. Molly Brown, and push off. Tries to make a move. Uses her forearm to shove the Rifle girl out of her way. Gets called for it. Ref standing right there. And it's going to be Lazard for a Rifle inbounding the ball. Full court pressure again. Samantha Campbell and Erica Simmons looking to set up the trap. Karen picks up her dribble. Bad move. Oh, that's going to be another foul on Josie Foot. Trying to steal the ball. Collides with number 23. That's Sage Allen of Rifle. Picks up her third foul. And if you ever have a collision, go see Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat's premier auto body shop. They come highly recommended. All right, Lazard of the Bears inbounds the ball to Karen. And Karen, being guarded by Simmons, brings the ball across midcourt. Josie Foot almost gets a reach in. And Karen just dribbling all around. Now she's got Campbell on her. There's nothing she can do with Campbell on her. Kicks it out to Quinones. She misses, and Erica Simmons, smallest kid on the court, comes up with the ball, and she just drives it right down the court, gives it up to Foot, puts a long shot up, miss. Rebound down low, Samantha Campbell misses. Rebound again, puts it up as she's going to the floor and makes the shot. 16-14, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Steamboat Sailors now have taken a 2-point lead over Rifle Bears. The Sailors were down by 6 points at halftime, have come back since halftime to take a 2-point lead, 16-14 with 2:57 left to go in the third quarter. It's going to be Rifle Bears ball. And the pressure defense by the Karen puts a move on, gets the ball in, drives the lane, and they call her for the offensive foul. That's the second block shot, the second offensive charge that Samantha Campbell has drawn in this game. Whereas in Eagle Valley, Josie Foote was the one that was taking the beating. It's Samantha Campbell is going to be covered in bruises after this one. But that's okay. That's a good way to play basketball. Now the Bears up their defense. Brown gets it knocked back to her. Now Brown brings it up. She's unguarded, takes a shot, bounces off the backboard, rebounded by the Bears. And it's going to be a blocking foul on Molly Brown, trying to stop on the full court press, trying to stop the advancement of the ball. Throws her hip out, gets called for the block. And it's going to be Rifle Bears ball, number 5. Jamie Karen. Nope, they're going to switch it off. Lazard is going to inbound the ball with 2:41 left to go in the third quarter. Gets the ball out to Karen, who's being guarded by Erica Simmons of Steamboat. Erica Simmons making it hard. She gets a rough screen, gets knocked to the ground. They get it into Allen. Allen puts the shot up for the Bears, and she makes it. 2:27 to go in the third quarter. 16-16 tie. Lady Bears tied with the Lady Sailors of Steamboat Springs. Molly Brown dribbling around up top, looking for something. Now gives the ball back to Erica Simmons, who's looking to set up the offense. She makes a move on Karen, drives the lane, puts it up, and in. That could have easily been an and one. But nothing was called. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 18-16. Lady Sailors over the Bears. Now Erica Simmons with a rebound, and they tried to steal the ball from her, get called for a foul. And I think they're calling that going to be a 1-and-1 with 1:53 to go. And if Erica Simmons shoots it like she shot the last time she was at the line, that should be good for 2 points. Let's hope she can make these shots here. Samantha Campbell with 1:53 is going to take a break and get some oxygen. Erica Simmons now retrieves the ball at the stripe. Rips it. Just short on the shot. Comes off, but Bomberski with the steal. Then stolen back by Karen, who gives it over to Lazard. Josie Foote can't afford another foul. She backs off. She gets stopped by Molly Brown. Now Quinosis drives around, maybe puts up a shot. Rebounded by Allen, who puts up a shot. And it's rebounded by Simmons. Goes through. Simmons has the ball. Josie Foote was knocked to the ground. Looks to the ref for some help. And then the outlet pass and to Bomberski, who just misses, but comes back to tie up the ball. And that's going to be Rifle ball. 1:21 left to go in the third quarter. 18 for the Lady Sailors, 16 for the Rifle Bears. Lazard of Rifle will inbound the ball to Karen, and Karen will bring the ball up for the Rifle Bears with just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Puts a move on Simmons, drives the lane, but Wilson stops that advancement. They have to kick it out. Long shot missed. Allen now with the ball. She outlets it into the corner to Lazard, who tries to get it back into Allen. And I believe Molly Brown goes off Molly Brown's foot and out of bounds. It's going to be Rifle ball. Here comes some substitution. Daisy Wilson's going to leave the game. Grace Harper's going to come in for her. And Lazard's going to re-enter the game for Rifle. Quinosis gets it out to Karen. Karen being guarded by Brown. Brown doesn't let her advance. She dumps it in to Lazard. Lazard does a turnaround shot, and she's fouled. And is that on Foot? Number 5, that's on Josie Foote. That's going to be her 4th foul. That's going to be interesting. We haven't seen this season the Sailors play a game with Josie Foote in foul trouble, so this will be interesting to see what Coach does here. Lazard takes her shot from the free throw line, makes it. 18-17, Sailors over the Bears. 53.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Some substitutions. Molly Brown out. Josie Foote out. We have Grace Harper, Belize Berry, Bomberski, Campbell, and Simmons in the game for the Sailors. Lazard for the Bears makes her second free throw, tying up the game, 18-18, 53.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Ball's inbounded to Campbell. Campbell just going to do it herself, takes it across midcourt, splitting defenses, gives it up to Berry, but it can't handle the pass. It's stolen away by the Bears. Lazardo on that one. And gives it to Karen, over to Quinosis, looking to get it in deep. Samantha Campbell not allowing that to happen. Karen now with the ball with 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Karen drives the baseline and finds a little opening and puts it in, giving them the lead 20-18 over the Sailors. Now Simmons pushes the ball up for Steamboat. She dribbles it off her foot, out of bounds. What's he calling it? Oh, well, I guess I was the only one that saw that. That was out of bounds off of on Erica Simmons, but hey, Steamboat gets the call. It's their ball. Belize inbounds it too hard. It's okay. Erica Simmons tracks it down in the backcourt, brings it back up. They need to set it up. They need to get the ball down to Campbell on the blocks is what they need to do. Oh, there's a foul not called. And they're going to say Sailor ball. I don't know. I agree with Erica Simmons. I don't know how you don't call a foul on that. Referee must have been choking on his whistle. 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2-point difference into Bomberski. She needs to shoot from there. Just misses. Comes up short. At the end of the third quarter at Kelly Meek Gymnasium, it's the Rifle Lady Bears with 20 and the Steamboat Springs Lady Sailors with 18. Well, these referees got to do a little bit better at cleaning up some of these fouls on the court. And speaking of cleaning things up, visit Mountain View Car Wash, helping the Sailors clean up the competition. You can find them between town and the mountain on Highway 40, home of the Unlimited Wash Club. Well, like I said, Erica Simmons got up, looked at Coach like, are you kidding me? Because that she just got bodied to the floor. I think it's been fair both ways, though. The referees have certainly swallowed the whistle on many shots, letting the girls play. And that's good. That's good to let them play. But when it's an obvious foul and the girl gets bodied to the ground, you need to blow the whistle on that. And we're coming to the end of the break here. There's the buzzer as we're going to start off in the fourth quarter. Steamboat Sailors versus the Rifle Bears. And starting the fourth quarter for Steamboat will be Samantha Campbell, Grace Harper, Rena Bomberski, Belize Berry, and Erica Simmons. And starting out, it's going to be Bomberski, but she turns it over to Quinosis, and Bomberski said, you're not going to score on me. I may give the ball up, but I'm not going to let you just go down and score. And that's going to be a foul on Rena Bomberski. Number 4, Quinosis of Rifle, shooting 2. 20-18 is the lead for the Rifle Bears. She misses on her first attempt. Bomberski's going to come back out. Josie Foot's going to now come in for the Steamboat Sailors. Quinosis now retrieves the ball, puts it up, and that's too hard. And on the rebound is Samantha Campbell, and she finds Josie Foot, who's bringing the ball up, comes across midcourt, guarded by Lazard of Rifle. She tries to make a pass to Simmons. It's stolen away by Karen. Karen just drives to coast and puts it in. For a girl that scores 15 points, who averages 15 points a game, she's got a lot to catch up on, so hopefully the Steamboat can slow her down. Erica Simmons now controlling the ball for the Sailors. Erica Simmons almost double dribbled there. Gives the ball up to Samantha Campbell. Now to Berry. Berry up top. Finds Harper. Harper dribbles into the lane. Puts it up. Nice shot, but misses. And they call it tie up. Possession arrow, Rifle. 7:08 left to go in the game. 22-18, Rifle ball. Steamboat sets up in a full court press. Full court. And something's called here. Maybe some players getting a little too... I think the referee was just separating some people there. And they try a long pass. It's not stolen by Steamboat. Now Karen gets an easy shot for her, but she misses. Rebound was strong by Rifle, but Steamboat somehow ties it up, and they're going to get the possession arrow on this one. It's going to be Sailor ball. 6:59 now to go in the game. 22-18, Rifle Bears over Steamboat Sailors. And Molly Brown now enters the game, and Belize Berry will come out. Josie Foote inbounds the ball to Erica Simmons, and Erica Simmons will bring the ball up across midcourt. And she starts her offense, gets it to Josie in the corner, now to Samantha Campbell into the lane, draws the foul. Excellent. And they're calling Allen with a chop across the arms. And this will be Samantha Campbell shooting two. 22-18, Bears over Sailors. 5:45 left to go in the game. 6:45, I apologize. And Samantha Campbell just misses her first free throw. She'll have a second attempt here. If you ask me, I think that's what the Sailors need to do the rest of this game. They just need to keep trying to feed Samantha the ball down on the block every time down the court. Get it to Samantha Campbell. And she misses her second one. Josie Foote makes it difficult on the rebound, and they're going to say Bear ball. Lazard inbounding the ball for Rifle. She gets it into Karen. Full court press by the Sailors. Back to Lazard, over to Quinosis, who gives it to Allen. They break the press, and they set up their offense. Karen will take the ball from Lazard at the top of the key and start up the offense. Over to Quinosis. Quinosis back to Karen. Back to Karen. Karen now has the ball. She finds Quinosis to Allen. Back out to Karen. Karen gets trapped by Samantha Campbell. Can't go anywhere. Now she gives it to Quinosis. Quinosis takes a shot. Not even close. Nobody to rebound, though, for the Sailors. And Lazard comes up with it pretty easily. And Karen just brings it back out to the top, settles everything back down. And Lazard gives it up, and that is Lang with her shot. She's got like 6 or 8 points on the game tonight. 24-18, 5:40 to go in the game. Rifle over Steamboat. Simmons takes an open shot and gets the bank. Speaking of the bank, Yampa Valley Bank, the only locally owned bank in Steamboat, with locations both in Steamboat and in Craig. Yampa Valley Bank. Karen of Rifle gives it up to Quinosis, back out to Lazard, 24-20. They have Rifle has a 4-point lead. Just over 5 minutes to go in the game. Lazard being guarded by Josie Foote. Gives it back out to Quinosis. Quinosis looking to get it to Karen. Does. She's stopped in her tracks by Brown. They're looking. Lang came up the screen Brown, but backs off. Now they give the ball to Quinosis. To Lazard, goes through her hands, stolen by Grace Harper. She just needs to get it back to Brown. There she goes. Nice play by Grace Harper. Steps into the passing lane, steals the ball away. Fantastic job. Gets the ball out to Brown. It's going to be Sailor ball when we come out of timeout. It's 4:44 left to go in the game. 24 points for the Lady Bears, 20 points for the Lady Sailors. Again, this is Drew McElhaney bringing you the call of the game today. Also, this is KTYV Steamboat Springs. 105.7 on your dial, and we're also coming to you from 97.7 on your dial as well. If you are in the rural area and trying to listen to the game, 105.7 is probably your best option. And if you're in downtown Steamboat, and you're not getting a very good reception on 105.7, try 97.7. And you might be hearing us a little bit clearer. And there's the whistle. We're going to come out of timeout. Again, 4:44 left to go in the game. 24 points for the Rifle Bears. 20 points for your Sailors. Plenty of time left for the Sailors to try to get their first win. And this would be a great first win because the Bears are 3-0. The Bears and the Sailors are 0-3. All right, Josie Foote gets the ball into Brown, tries to get it into the paint. Now it's Grace Harper, and she puts it in. 4:36 to go in the game. 24-22. Rifle just 2 points over your Sailors. Karen to Quinosis, over to Lazard. Lazard looking for something. Cross-court pass over to Lang. Now to Quinosis. Now over to Allen. Down to Lazard. Into Lang. Lang bounce pass to Lazard. A little give and go. She misses the shot. Rebound, Grace Harper. She needs to look behind her. There she goes. Finds Erica Simmons. Erica Simmons now bringing the ball up for the Sailors. And pulls it back to set up the offense. That they need to be trying to get the ball down to Samantha Campbell. Just find her on the blocks. Just get it into Campbell. There's your bounce pass. Now don't do it. And it's Brown just trying to find something. Find a hole. She does it. There it is. There it is. Give it to Campbell. That's perfect. Oh, she misses. Rebounds it on her own. And she's fouled. Samantha Campbell's going to be shooting 2 with 3:41 to go in the game, and the Sailors trailing by 2. And it looks like we have a 20-second timeout on the floor. Don't forget, if you need any supplies for your house or anything else, go visit the people down at Steamboat Ace Hardware, where you can just about find anything you need in Steamboat. You can find it at the Steamboat Ace Hardware at the Ace at the Curve Plaza on Highway 40 on the west side of town. Also, if you're looking to build anything lately, go see Alpine Lumber, the contractor's choice and the homeowner's friend. Go see Skip and the gang for any of your building needs. All right, now we're coming back in with 3:41 to go in the game. It's a 2-point lead for the Bears. Samantha Campbell shooting 2 for Steamboat. Has the ball at the line, lets it go. She missed her early ones, and she misses this one as well. These are important free throws. Got to get these to fall. She gets a word of encouragement from her teammate, Erica Simmons. Samantha Campbell now going for her second attempt. Again, a little too strong off the back of the iron. And rebound comes down to Rifle in the hands of Lazard. She gives it up to Karen. Over to Quinosis. And she doesn't do anything with it, just gives it back to Karen. Now finds Allen. Back to Karen. They're just using clock right now. And she splits, the Quinosis splits, the defense goes in hard. And they call the block on Samantha Campbell. Well, she went in to try to drive the lane, and Samantha Campbell said, "Not in my house." She was protecting that real estate. And speaking of real estate, the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty, let Chris Paoli and his team help with all your real estate needs, whether buying or selling. The Paoli Group has you covered. Number 4, Quinosis of Rifle now shooting 2. 24-22. Rifle has a 2-point lead with 3:17 left to go in the fourth quarter. She misses her first one, keeping the score a 2-point difference. Quinosis now retrieves the ball from the referee, puts up her second shot. That one is good, giving them a 3-point lead. 25-22. Bears over the Sailors. Brown now controlling the ball for the Sailors about mid-court. Makes a move, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Samantha Campbell. She puts up her shot, a little too strong. Grace Harper goes up with it. She gets tied up with Lazard. Possession arrow, Rifle. Going to be Rifle ball here. And Steamboat's going to go into their full court pressure here. And try to trap. There's the steal. Josie Foot gets it. She does. She steals it. Tries to make a move. That's going to be no. No, that's not a good call right there. Josie Foot tried to go around the defender who shoved her out of bounds. They called her out of bounds instead of the foul. 2:54 to go in the game. 3-point lead for the Bears over the Sailors. Bears have the ball. Karen out top, now over to Allen. Allen back to Karen. Karen gives it over to Quinosis. Quinosis gets a screen from Lang, drives in the baseline, and then just basically hands the ball to Samantha Campbell. So Sailors steal it away, and now it's Brown with the ball. Brown, deep pass into the corner to Josie Foot. Now back out to Brown. Brown looking to take a shot, and it's going to be a timeout on the floor called by Steamboat. 2:22 left to go in the game, and it's a 3-point game. Well, this has been pretty much exactly what we have seen out of the Lady Sailors this season. But they're getting the offenses going. The offense is starting to get going. They're putting up some points on the board, and we're seeing that down in Eagle Valley. We're seeing it tonight. And down at Eagle Valley, they lost just by 4 points, and tonight they're only trailing by 3 right now. The defense is definitely what Steamboat will be known for with this team. I think as other teams get to know these Lady Sailors and start preparing for them in the future, it's going to be the fact they're going to be practicing breaking full court pressure, because Steamboat really puts on the pressure. Okay, Steamboat Sailor ball, 2:22 left to go in the game, down by 3, 25-22. Josie Foot inbounding the ball for the Sailors. Gets it out to Erica Simmons, who sets up the offense. She's being guarded by Karen of Rifle, Colorado. Simmons now dribbles into the corner, gets it into Samantha Campbell, out of bounds on Rifle. Should be Steamboat ball. And who are they going to have inbound the ball here on the baseline? Oh, no. They called a foul. I did not realize that. They did. They called a foul on Lang. That's going to be her 4th one with the Rifle Bears. Samantha Campbell shooting a free throw with 2:08 to go. Oh, she just didn't get that one to fall either. Samantha Campbell has missed her last 5 free throws. Needs to make one here. She finally gets one to fall. Cutting the lead. That's only 2. 25-23. Just over 2 minutes to go in the game. Sailors just trailing by 2 points here, as the Lady Bears now have the ball, and they're going to work the clock. They're pushing the ball just around the perimeter, not even trying to come inside. Not doing anything, just passing the ball around the perimeter. Just using the clock here, winding the clock down. Nobody's doing anything. This is like basketball in the 1940s here. They put over a shot clock, and you just pass the ball on the outside and do nothing with it. And Lazard's Rifle now starts to kind of move things around, and then they just pull it back out. And the Rifle coach realizes they don't know what they're going to do, so they're just going to call timeout and draw up a new play. So it's 1:27 left to go here in the girls varsity basketball game. Your Steamboat Sailors versus the Rifle Bears. Rifle Bears are winning by 2 points, 25-23. Coachy Bear has them huddled up. He's got his board out, drawing up what he wants them to do coming out of the timeout. Whatever he told them at halftime worked. Sailors were trailing by 6 points going into halftime. Came out, cut that lead right away. Got 6 unanswered points right out of the bat, out of the halftime. And the referee's now calling the players back onto the floor. It will be Rifle ball. 1:27 left to go in the game. 25-23, 2-point lead for the Rifle Bears, who are 3-0 in the league, and the Sailors are 0-3. It was a great effort being put forward by the Lady Sailors. And inbound of the ball, then there was a whistle blown. Okay. I don't know what they were doing. Just making sure the clock was right, I guess. All right. Well, we'll redo this. And now Lazard for Rifle will retrieve the ball and inbound it to Karen. Brings the ball across midcourt. Let's see if they actually run an offense this time or just sit out top and just throw the ball back and forth for the next minute and 18 seconds, which is all they seem to be doing. They're just going back and forth, wasting clock. Really? If they're going to do this, they need to put a shot clock in the high school basketball. I'm sorry. If they're just going to do this, you need to put a shot clock in because this isn't right. They're not even doing anything. They're just passing the ball back and forth, back and forth. Under a minute to go. They're just working clock. They've got a 2-point lead. They could just do this till the end of the game. Now Molly Brown puts some pressure on them. Now they're moving around. Laying out to Karen, and they set it up again. 40 seconds to go. Now Lazard has the ball. And they're still way out. Steamboat's starting to push the defense out a little bit more, putting a little pressure on them. They should just trap them. Just trap them, get that steal. They're just still, again, just weaving the ball. Josie Foote tries to knock it away. Now and Erica Simmons is just going to foul to stop the clock. I don't know. I don't know if I like that style of basketball. We just watched about a minute 30 of people just weaving out on the midcourt, not even making an attempt to go to the basket, to basically where Steamboat just had to foul. I mean, they literally just basically dribbled a minute and a half off the clock. And Karen takes a shot and gets that free throw to fall, giving them a 3-point lead with 22 seconds left to go in the game. Karen now with her second shot. This is a big shot. And that one falls, making it a 2-possession game. Now the Sailors don't have time. They really need to just go down and get a shot. Not going fast enough, and Coach is going to call a timeout, make sure that they're all on the same page. 18.8 seconds to go in the game. 24-23. The Bears over the Sailors. The Sailors right now finding themselves in the same situation they were in Eagle Valley, down by 4 points late in the game. Coach has the board out again, drawing up what he wants to be run as soon as they come out of this timeout. Hopefully he's telling them that they've got to get that shot up quick and then foul right away to stop that clock and hope that the Bears don't make their free throws. Again, this is Drew McElhaney bringing you the call from Kelly Meek Gymnasium. And there's the buzzer to bring everybody back onto the court. Just going to pause real quick here for some station identification. You're listening to KTYV, Steamboat Springs. And there's the whistle. The ball's given to Erica Simmons, and they come out, and it gives it to Brown, who needs to get going. Need to go to the hole. They need to go. You don't have time to just pass it around. You need to get a shot off. Molly Brown with a shot, just misses her three. And the ball's on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Tied up. It's tied up. And it's going to be possession of Arrow Sailors with 5.1 seconds left to go in the game. That just about probably does it for them. I don't know how they're going to get 4 points in 5 seconds, but they inbound it to Simmons. And then to Harper, who just missed a three at the buzzer. And the Sailors go down to the Lady Bears of Rifle, 27-23, a 4-point loss, which they suffered just the other night from Eagle Valley. A great effort by the Lady Sailors in this game. And they're a little banged up. I can see Samantha Campbell with a little bit of a limp coming up lame on that last play. She hurt something. As Coach now is checking on her. Looks like it's an ankle from what she's pointing to. So the Lady Sailors come up a little bit short against the Rifle Bears. But it's, again, just like all the other games, it's not without effort. I mean, when they are hobbling off the floor at the end of the game, great effort. Well, stay with us here at KTYV Steamboat Springs for the next game. We got the Rifle Varsity Boys versus the Steamboat Springs Varsity Boys. And we'll be right back in about 30 minutes. Come back and join us. Yeah, thank you. There's nobody to listen to it but us. You can just turn it off. Nobody else can listen to it.
Welcome to Steamboat Springs High School. All fans should realize that by their attendance at this game, they become participants, and the schools are ultimately responsible for all participants. Another winning song is coming up here on Game Time.
This is the best music here at Steamboat Springs. We cheer for our Steelers.
I don't need it tonight. You mean for the... No, because they have that system. But are you the one I'm giving the camera to for the next game?
Yeah, do you need someone to announce it too, or just do the camera?
Next, down in, is it Battle Mountain? I thought I said Silver Springs. Okay. No, I think it's just going to be camera. I don't think anybody's announcing. That's not up to me. You'd have to contact Brian Harvey on that. I'm just a drug worker.
That's the icing, buddy.
Stay up out of my face. This is not my space. I ain't not talking. It's being on my dogs. And we feel like some dogs. All your girlfriends. I am not
time to let them in. No more waiting in the wings. You blowing in the wind and then you think I'm giving up. You should think again, unleash the beast mode. I'm the cheat code, but I can't switch stop. The cheat code, young like one now. Y'all feel me as well. I think I'm more than zero, so I will never stop.
Use the McDonald's app.
I will never stop. Gotta give it everything I've got.
Check, 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 check. Make sure this is check, check, check. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Steamboat Springs Athletics would like to remind you that good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. Our student-athletes recognize the judgment calls by officials, coaches themselves, are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments and cheers today. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. More great stuff is coming up here on Game Time. Here with the Steamboat Springs Sailors, the best team music on Game Time.
7 minutes, 7 minutes. What's up?
Oh, sorry. So I understand you got it hooked up over there because I was going to help you do the camera, but I can help you do it.
We don't need it for this game.
Okay, cool.
On the roads, we do it, but
You're able to get it synced in?
yeah.
Okay,
Right here.
Cool.
Yeah, that's through that. So
Around here, so if you need anything, just let me know.
yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. What's your name?
Matt, I'm Parker's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lindquist.
Yes.
Check, 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 check. That's it. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
players are or anything. So, yeah.
That's not helpful.
Yeah, it's interesting too. They don't have anything. I tried to find videos of them. They don't have it either. They have girl stats. They have girl games on video. I wonder if their coach doesn't like to put that out there. Doesn't want to get video of their team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no stats. Like not one stat. Like at least during Eagle Valley's game, I could go ahead of time and research who their best player was, and then I would see it. Yeah, then I call the Logan's name. So I'm gonna have to learning these guys' name like right as the game starts. It's gonna be hard to do. No, that's the one that didn't have it on there. Yeah, they have girls stats. They don't have boy stats for rifles. See?
Okay, I'll tell you.
That's why we don't do it here at home, but the last game, it wasn't set up, so. And I'll put that on air, so people know to go to that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Steamboat Springs High School for tonight's game between the visiting Rifle Bears and your Steamboat Springs Sailors. Will you now rise for the national anthem?
All righty, everybody. Welcome back to Kelly Meek Gymnasium in downtown Steamboat Springs. The Steamboat Springs High School getting ready for the varsity's Steamboat Sailors boys basketball game, hosting the Rifle Colorado Bears. They're introducing the starting lineups. We have a game now being played. These teams have met earlier in the season. The Sailors came out with a 14-point win on that one, so I think they're hoping to go 2-0 against the Rifle Bears. Rifle Bears are 2-3 on the season, whereas the Steamboat Sailors are 3-0, looking to stay undefeated today. Real quick to anybody that's out there listening that wants to watch the game, the best place to do that is go to YouTube and type in Sailors Athletics. If you go to YouTube and go to Sailor Athletics, you will be able to watch the game on a live stream. So again, that's YouTube and Sailors Athletics. Here in the Valley, if you want to listen to it on your local radio, it's at 105.7 KTYV. And also we're broadcasting now on 97.7. You can listen to both of those and get whichever one comes in better where you're at. Your Steamboat Sailors are sitting at the top of the Western Conference, tied with the 3-0 Summit Tigers. And the introductions are set, and it looks like we're about ready to get going here. Real quick, let's go through these real fast. Yucca Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, Mountain View Car Wash, Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat Ace Hardware, the all-new Steamboat Motors, and the Paoli Group at Colorado Group Realty. Thank you very much to those guys for making this possible. As we start to go, I'm going to just let you know right now, I couldn't find any information on these Bears to study up on them, so I'm going to be learning these names right out of the bat. So it's going to take me a second to get the Bears names. And here we go. Eric Pollard to tip it off for the Sailors. Easily wins that. Big height advantage. Gideon brings it across midcourt. Gives it to Rowan. Rowan to Adams. Adams to Kreisig for a three. Just kind of swirls out. Doesn't drop. Kreisig gets the rebound. Gives it to Granger Rowan in the corner. Rowan looking for some help, gives it to Pollard down near the blocks, gives it a nice pass to Gideon, who misses. Frustrated on that miss, slaps at the ball, misses it. Now it's Bears ball, bringing it across the court. It's number 10, Ruiz, and he gives it over to number 23, Pierce. Ruiz and Pierce. And then number 2, Fernandez, then to Ruiz. He gives it into number 20, Bishop. And it's off the mark. Rebounded by Pollard. Rolling up to Gideon. Finds Kreisig in the corner. Another three for Kreisig. That's going to be too hard. Pollard with the follow. Gets it. Ranger with the rebound. Granger Rowan follows it up. Gets the points. He gets the first 2 points of the game. Was Granger Rowan for the Sailors, leading 2-0. The Bears now have the ball. Ruiz over to Caldwell. Caldwell gives it to Pierce. Pierce out to Caldwell. No, Bishop, sorry. Now to Ruiz. Now to Pierce. To Caldwell. Bishop with the ball in the corner. Being guarded by Gideon. Gideon not letting him have any room. Tries to make another move. And it's a good swooping move. Gets the ball. 2-2. Sailors push the ball up quick. Adams, Gideon, Rowan makes a move. Back out to Gideon makes a move. Kicks it over to Pollard. Pollard tries to get it into Adams, and that was Tyler Pierce that intercepted that ball for the Bears. And as the Bears bring it up, it's Ruiz out at the three-point line trying to set up the offense, being guarded by Adams. And the ball goes over to Pierce has the ball now for the Bears, being guarded by a zone. The Steamboat Sailors playing zone here to start the game. And they're just passing the ball around the perimeter right now, just trying to find something. And that looks like that was Bishop, tried to drive the baseline, just dribbled it out of bounds. And I'm not sure, it's a timeout. Not sure who called the timeout. Okay, so with 5:28 to go here in the first quarter, we have our first timeout, starting out a little bit on the sloppy side, not too bad, but only a 2-2 score here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium at Steamboat Springs High School in downtown Steamboat Springs, Colorado. As the buzzer sounds to get the players back out onto the court. Remember, you can listen to us at 105.7 on your local radio or 97.7. And if you want to stream the game, go to YouTube and type in Sailors Athletics, and you can find the live stream. And we're happy to bring it to you, especially in these COVID times where we can't have spectators. And it's going to be Kreisig inbounding the ball to Gideon, and Gideon's going to bring the ball across midcourt. He finds Metzler, who's now in the game, over to Adams, and now Metzler in the corner looking to get it to someone, back out to Adams. Trying to feed it inside, can't seem to get anybody inside. Metzler tries to drive baseline, gets shut down, makes a nice move but misses the shot. Made an excellent move, rebounded by the Bears. Pierce will bring the ball up for the Bears. He gives it to Ruiz, who makes a three, misses, rebound Gideon. Gideon of the Sailors pushes it up to Kreisig. Jake Kreisig puts it through his legs. Passes over to Gideon, goes behind his back, now over to Adams. And then they find Pollard, who comes out to the top of the key, tries to make a move, spin move, shot, a little too hard, comes off. Bishop with the rebound for the Bears, gives it out to Ruiz. Ruiz to Bishop, over to Caldwell, who gives it down to Bishop. Bishop kicks it out to Pierce, looks at a three. Gideon shuts him down, tries a bounce pass. He gets it over to Fernandez, and it's back out to Ruiz at the top of the key. Now he feeds it over to Bishop, being guarded by Metzler. Metzler shuts him down. Now it's Gideon guarding Pierce. Now it's Adams guarding Ruiz. Kreisig on Caldwell. Ruiz throws a three, misses everything. I believe they call that an air ball in some parts of the country. And Gideon up to Adams, out to Metzler. Wide open for a three, misses. Rebound by Pollard, and he doesn't make the shot, but he does draw the foul. He'll be shooting two with 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Still just 2-2 at the start of this game. And another timeout. I'm going to have to study up on some of these referee signals. Anyways, we're going to go to timeout here. And just want to let you know, man, if you're looking to do anything in real estate, get in touch with the Paoli Group at Colorado Group Realty. Let Chris Paoli and his team help with all your real estate needs, whether you're buying or selling. The Paoli Group has you covered. Also, Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, and gardens and more. Offering you knowledgeable advice and helpful service and quality products. West Steamboat in the Curve Plaza. And then the buzzer sounds here with 3:51 to go in the first quarter, 2-2. As Eric Pollard will go to the line shooting two for the Steamboat Sailors. And also it looks like Austin Ibarra is the first free throw is off by Pollard. He makes it. So it's going to take the lead to 3-2. Austin Ibarra is in the game for the Sailors. Also Carter Ristad is checked in. And the second free throw is made by Pollard. So it's a 4-2 lead for your Sailors. Pollard's going to take a seat on the bench and grab a breath or two. As Eric Lindquist will now enter the game for the Sailors, and Ruiz for the Bears bringing the ball up the court, being guarded by Cade Gideon. for the Sailors. Ruiz pulls up his dribble, now passes it off to Caldwell. Caldwell over to Bishop. Bishop puts it through his legs, then loses control of it, gets it back, feeds it into Ruiz in the paint. He kicks it back out. And we've got Bishop driving the lane, kicks it out to number 12 who just checked in. And number 30 takes a shot for the Bears and makes it. He just checked. He's Trey Caldwell. Okay, we got two Caldwells. We have twins on the team. So Trey Caldwell made that shot after checking in. Metzler down in the paint, just needs to go up with it. Does. No foul called, and the ball comes down to the Bears. And there's the outlet to Ruiz. Ruiz brings it up. He gives it over to Bishop to Caldwell. Caldwell's got the ball now. I think that was Caldwell to Caldwell. Yep. And there's a good shot by the Bears, giving them a 6-4 lead over the Steamboat Sailors with 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Like to see the Sailors get going here. A little bit of a slow start for the Sailors. Ristad to Gideon. Gideon over to Metzler. Finds Ibarra in the corner. Back out to Metzler. Metzler picks up his dribble. Finds Gideon. Gideon settles everything back down. I'd like to see Gideon get going. And it's a pressure defense. And there's a whistle on the floor. Ball's going the other way. No signal from the ref what that was for. I don't know if he was calling a 5-second. I don't understand that call. Anyways, here we go. 2:16, Bears ball. Bears bringing it across midcourt. It's Caldwell with the ball. I apologize. That was Pierce with the ball. And he collides with Ibarra. And Ibarra causes a travel, so Sailors ball. When you have a collision, find yourself at Russell's Auto Salon, Steamboat's premier auto body shop. Now Carter Ristad gives it to Ibarra. Ibarra finds Adams. Adams for the Sailors dips it into Lindquist, who takes a shot from about the free throw line, misses. Strong rebound by Ristad. Goes up and draws the foul. Ristad draws the foul there after a strong effort on the boards. 1:50 go in the first quarter. 6-4. Rifle Bears leading the Steamboat Sailors. Carter Ristad taking his first free throw. Grips it and rips it. Just comes up short off the front iron. And Ruiz will enter the game again for the Bears. And Trey Caldwell will take a seat for them. Sorry about that, folks. I had to put my headset down for a second. And the Bears drive to the lane. That was Bishop for the Bears who scores that one. 8-4. 4-point lead for the Bears. Minute 28 to go here in the first quarter. Metzler has the ball for Steamboat. Gives it to Ibarra. Over to Adams. Adams has it. Now he gives it out to Ristad. Ristad finds Metzler. Metzler makes a move. Drives to the lane. He's got an open shot at it. Makes it. That's how you do it. 8-6. Minute 12 to go in the first quarter. And here come the Bears. Bears kick it up. Fernandez doesn't take the shot. He kicks it out to Bishop. Takes a long three and makes it. And Ibarra inbounds it quickly to Adams for the Sailors as they push it up. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Adams over to Metzler. Back over to Adams. Adams to Ibarra. Ibarra over to Metzler. Metzler looks to make a three. Doesn't. Now it's out to Ristad. He feeds it into Lindquist. Just misses a turnaround shot there by Lindquist in the paint. And the Bears will bring it up now with 37 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Ruiz to Bishop, over to Pierce. Back to Ruiz. He's being guarded by Carter Ristad. Metzler falls to the ground. Bishop's open, but he just doesn't do anything with it. Lets Metzler get back in front of him. Carter Ristad now guarding Ruiz. Ruiz out to Pierce. Now over to Caldwell. One of the Caldwell brothers. He's being guarded by Ibarra. A lot of movement, nothing really happening here. And Bishop's going to pop a three for the Bears. Comes off hard, rebounded Adams. And he doesn't get the shot away. in time. So it's 11 points for the Rifle Bears, 6 points for the Steamboat Sailors here at the end of the first quarter. And we'd like to see this. I'd like to see this game get going a little bit better for the Sailors. Seems like they're just kind of maybe just a little bit. I think in terms of that people in Steamboat would understand, they're getting out ahead of their skis. Okay, that's the best way to explain what I'm seeing here by the Sailors. Just kind of getting out ahead of themselves. Just need to calm themselves down. They're a much better team than the Bears. All the numbers that I've seen show that they are. They're obviously undefeated. The Bears are 2-3. They beat the Bears last time by 14 points. They held the Rifle Bears last time to only 25 points in the entire game. And in the end of the first quarter, they've already allowed those guys, the Rifle Bears, to score 11. So let's get this defense to tighten up a little bit and maybe get a little bit more relaxed on the offensive end. And here we go. The referee is now giving the ball to Pierce from Rifle, who will start the second quarter here. And Pierce gives the ball into one of the Caldwell brothers, who's being guarded by Granger Rowan. Rowan all over him. Rowan steals the ball. Gideon on the floor, gives it up. It's a fast break. He gives it up to Kreisig. Kreisig goes up, and an easy two for Jake Kreisig. 11-8, 7:40 to go in the first half here. Pierce for the Rifle Bears will bring the ball across midcourt. Being guarded by Pollard way out top. Steamboat in a zone formation. Whistles blowing and a travel called on the Rifle Bears. Bishop of Rifle not happy with the call. And we've got another timeout on the floor. And it looks like timeout Steamboat. Nope, timeout Bears. And 7:21 to go in the first half. It's 11 points for the Rifle Bears, 8 points for the Steamboat Sailors. As we go to another timeout, it'll be Sailor ball coming out of the timeout. Coach has the board out showing him what he's going to want them to do as they come back out. The Rifle coach, different strategy, no board out. He's just giving words of encouragement, telling him what he wants them to do, not drawing up any plays. There's the buzzer sounds. Time for the players to come back onto the court. It'll be Gideon, Pollard, Kreisig, Adams, and Rowan for the Sailors with 7:27 to go here in the first half. The Sailors trailing 11-8 to the Rifle Bears. Gideon has the ball for the Sailors, comes across midcourt. He finds Adams. Adams looking for some help, gives it over to Kreisig. Finds Rowan in the corner, pump fake, wide open, misses the shot, follows it up, and they're going to call a foul on the Sailors. My guess is that's on Rowan following it up. Yep, Rowan with a push. That's going to be his first foul of the game with 7:12 to go in the first half. Pierce now for the Bears inbounding under his basket. A little bit of a minor press, not a full court press. And the Sailors back down into defense. Go back into a zone. Pierce with the Bears, gives it to Bishop. Bishop drives in, then dishes out to Pierce. Defense for the Sailors closing in. There's a long three by the Bears. Long rebounded by the Bears by Ruiz, who gives it to a Caldwell. And they call a foul. Probably should have been a travel, but they call a foul there. And that's going to be one of the Caldwell brothers. That's going to be as he misses his free throw there. Brock Caldwell. And he missed his second one. Kreisig with the rebound. Kreisig gives it to Gideon, who pushes it up to Rowan, just getting ahead of their skis again. And the ball goes out of bounds on the Sailors. A costly turnover there by the Sailors. 6:45 left to go in the first half. And Pierce of the Rifle Bears will bring the ball up, being guarded by Eric Pollard. He tries to make a move on Pollard, then he has to dish it out. One Caldwell to the other Caldwell, and it's off. Rebound, Cade Gideon. Gideon brings the ball up, finds Jake Kreisig. He cross passes to Adams, who takes the three, nails it. That's going to bring a tie game, 11-11, 6:17 left to go in the first half. Bishop now tries to drive to the hoop, gets shut down by both Gideon and Kreisig. One of the Caldwell brothers tries to force it in, and it's stolen away by Cade Gideon, gets it to Pollard, who now gives it over to Jake Kreisig, who will bring the ball up the court across midline. He'll dish it over to Granger Rowan. Granger's been a good shooter so far this season for the Sailors. Like to see him get going. Kreisig now, cross-court pass to Gideon, who takes a three. It's off the mark. Pollard just goes up, powers his way. Oh, well, there's a foul, offensive foul on Eric Pollard going up for that shot. That's one of those Shaquille O'Neal fouls where you're just so much bigger than the other guy, it looks like you fouled him. Really, he was just going up for the shot, and the other kid was so much smaller, he fell down, and they called a foul on the much bigger one. Much bigger kid. So it's going to be rifle ball, inbound in. Now we got a full court press with Kreisig, Adams, and Lindquist. Now everybody falls back. Not much of a press. Lindquist meets him at midcourt and falls back into the zone defense. It's Fernandez over to Bishop. Bishop now looking. He gives it back to Fernandez, who looks for a screen, goes opposite of the screen. They give it out to Ruiz, being guarded by Kreisig. Now one of the Caldwell brothers feeds it into Bishop, who's being guarded by Gideon in the paint. Turnaround jump shot miss. Gideon with the rebound. And he slows it down. Doesn't need to push it. It's only an 11-11 game. Goes between the legs. Looks to feed it. Feeds it over to Adams in the corner. Three, and he's hot. He's made two now. 4:56 to go in the first half. 14-11 now with the Sailors with the lead. Ruiz down into the corner to Fernandez. Back out to Ruiz. Now to Caldwell. That would be Brock Caldwell on that one. Now to Fernandez, being guarded by Metzler. Metzler pressures him to push it out. Now he gives it over to Bishop. Over to Ruiz. Now back to Caldwell. Now back to Bishop. Bishop tries to drive the lane. Shut down by the Sailors. Fernandez goes up. He's contested by Jake Kreisig. He missed it. And the ball goes into Ruiz of the Rifle Bears' hands. And he scores. 14-13 Sailor lead. 4:12 to go and left in the half. Adams with the ball. Gives it up to Gideon. Gideon over to Metzler. Metzler looks. Doesn't take it. Adams thinks about it. Goes into the lane. And a blocking foul called on. Blocking foul on 14. That's going to be Brock Caldwell. First foul for him with the Rifle Bears. And it's going to be Granger Rowan inbounding the ball for the Sailors under the basket. Looks for Lindquist, can't get it to him. Now he tries to get it to Carter Reestad, knocked out of bounds by the Bears. Sailor ball again. Again, 14-13, 1 point lead for the Sailors over the Rifle Bears. The inbounds it to Metzler, who takes a three and rattles around, doesn't get the members bounce. It almost goes in. And it looks like a 20-second timeout called on the floor. 3:57 left to go in the first half here. 1 point lead the Sailors have over the Rifle Bears. And I know that it was been snowing, and then it's been sunny, and it's been snowing, and it's been sunny. And you know what happens when that happens? Your car gets dirty. And if your car is dirty, you need to go see Travis and the guys down at Mountain View Car Wash. Home of the Unlimited Wash Club. You can find them located between town and the mountain, right across the street from Freshy's Restaurant. Go see Travis and the guys down there and get your car cleaned. And it's 3:57 to go in the first half, and it's a Rifle Bears ball. They inbound it. A little bit of a pressure putting on here by the Sailors. Not much of a press. It's just giving a little bit of pressure. Ruiz gets it across midcourt. Rowan all over him. He has to give it up. Gives it up to Pierce. Pierce does a turnaround jump, and he makes it. Inbounded down to Metzler for the Steamboat. Brings it up. It's 15-14. Rifle over Steamboat by 1 point with 3:30 to go in the first half. Rowan finds Metzler in the corner for a three. That's a beautiful play. And a nice stroke by Jackson Metzler. 17-15. Sailors over the Bears. Now Ruiz of Rifle brings the ball up, being guarded by Rowan. Rowan now all over him, almost causes a turnover. Pierce now has the ball, drives the lane, makes a nice shot, but it's too hard. Jackson Metzler with the rebound, pulls it up, nice play. Gets it down to Ibarra, now back to Metzler, now over to Rowan. Rowan needs to get going. He's one of our best shooters. He gives it across court to Ibarra, takes a three, just comes up short. And it's a rebound by Fernandez of Rifle, who gives it out to Ruiz, who brings it up court, being guarded by Rowan. He now drives the lane, does a drop-off, and it's off of a Sailor player and out of bounds. The ball's going to be for Rifle. And that was Trey Caldwell, the Caldwell brothers. All right, Ruiz is going to come out. And one of the Caldwells is going to come out for the Rifle. Bishop back in. And Carry On is in for them. So Carry On with the ball now for... Oh, and Jackson Metzler knocks the ball away from him. Sailors have the ball. Granger Rowan brings it up court. Metzler looks to be a little shaken, slow coming back up the court. Carter Restad makes a great move, and it just doesn't fall for him. It was a fantastic move along the baseline. Carry On now, gives it over to Caldwell to Pierce. Pierce for the Bears. He's been the hot one, hits a three with 2:08 left to go in the first half. The Bears now have a 1 point lead, 18-17 over the Sailors, and another timeout on the floor. It's definitely Pierce right now of the Rifle Bears who seems to have the hot hand for them, whereas Kellen Adams has had the hot hand so far for the Steamboat Sailors. Sailors just not really playing their style of ball yet. Eric Pollard with I think he had like 18 games a couple nights ago down at Eagle Valley. Just has not got going. I can't say that right. Hasn't got himself going yet. And once he starts going, we start getting him to sink some shots. That's going to change some things. Also with Granger Rowan. Granger Rowan has just been the surprise shooter of this season, and he just hasn't found his stroke yet today. And those two start scoring, and then there's Jake Krysick, there's Cade Gideon. Those guys get going. We get these guys going, we can really run this score up. But right now, everybody's just trying to find their stride. Gideon has the ball for Steamboat, gives it over to Restad, gives it out to Rowan Adams. Cade Gideon just short on his three, gets the follow-up, puts it up, just misses. He's going to be called for an over the back, I believe, on this one. Yeah, Cade Gideon following up his missed shot, gets an over the back call. And that's just going to be his first foul with 1:52 to go in the first half. 18-17, Bears over the Sailors. And the Bears inbound the ball. It's Ruiz with the ball, being guarded by Rowan. Ruiz comes across midcourt. Rowan playing some pressure deep, makes him give up the ball. Carry On, gives it over to Bishop. Bishop being guarded by Gideon. He has to kick it out to Ruiz. And Ruiz cashes that three. 21-17, minute 27 to go. Right now, Rifle hot from behind the three-point line, which has given them the lead. Carter Restad drives into the paint, gives it right up to Eric Pollard, and Pollard draws the foul. That's a great play, and that's what they need to do more of. Drive down, draw the defenders, give it over to Pollard for an easy two, or make them at least foul him. It's minute 17 to go in the first half here. 21-17, Bears over the Sailors. Eric Pollard shooting two. Dribbles the ball and lets it fly. Makes the first one. 21-18, Bears over the Sailors. Jake Krysick enters the game. Granger Rowan out. Was the referee now gives the ball back to Pollard for his second attempt. Lets it fly, and it's good. 21-18, Rifle Bears over the Steamboat Sailors. Minute 17 to go in the first half. And Ruiz for Rifle brings the ball up, gives it over to Bishop, now to Fernandez. Over to Carry On, back to Bishop, looking for Fernandez, can't get it to him. Now it goes to Carter Restad, makes a great play, intercepts the ball, gives it up to Gideon, looking for some help, some trailers. Gets it to Restad, Carter Restad, drives the baseline, goes up, no foul called. And I guess they said that was clean, so it's a Rifle ball. 45 seconds to go in the first half, Rifle working the ball, working the offense. Now Bishop looking to try to get it around. Okay, Gideon tries to steal the ball. Again, he tries to steal it. Feisty Kate Gideon all over the place trying to get the ball away. 30 seconds to go in the first half now. Carry On has the ball being guarded by Adams. Now to Fernandez being guarded by Carter Restad. Bishop tries to make a move on Pollard. That's not going to happen. And he has to kick it back out. Send him back out to Ruiz. He's going to set it all up again with 12 seconds left to go in the half. Through his legs, trying to challenge Pollard. Pollard doesn't let him get past him at all. And now Carry On just dribbling the ball around 1 second. And so basically right there at the end of the half, they had almost a full minute of having the ball on the offensive end, and Steamboat didn't even allow them to get a shot off. What fantastic defense by the Steamboat Sailors there at the end of the first half. Unfortunately, they go to the half trailing 21-19. I'm sure Coach is going to straighten out a few things there. I'd like to see the Sailors drive the lane, pull the defense, and just dish it to either Kreisig or Pollard down low. They have a significant height advantage over the Rifle Bears. So again, here at halftime, it's 21 Rifle Bears, 19 Steamboat Sailors. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the second half. When the kids are watching. Okay, 12 seconds. Alrighty. We're back here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium, Steamboat Springs High School in downtown Steamboat Springs, Colorado. It's the Steamboat Springs Sailors versus the Rifle Bears boys varsity basketball game. At the start of the second half here, it'll be Sailors ball. The Bears leading 21-19 over the Sailors. It's Adams over to Granger Rowan. Granger Rowan back to Adams, over to Pollard. Back to Adams at the top of the key. Finds Cade Gideon, tries to go inside, gets stopped, kicks it out to Kreisig. Back out to Rowan. Rowan looks to take a three, decides against it, feeds it into Pollard. Pollard looking for some help, finding Gideon. Gideon feeds it into Pollard. What a great play. Great shot by Eric Pollard to tie the game at 21-21, 7:24 to go in the third quarter. And it's Fernandez over to Pierce. And Pierce gives it over to Bishop, over to Fernandez, back to Pierce. And they have to kick it back out to Caldwell, down to Ruiz. And pressure, strong defense put up there by the Sailors. Granger Rowan causing all sorts of problems, gets the turnover. Gideon, Pollard tries to dunk it, misses, but gets his rebound. And puts it back in, 23-21. Sailors now leading. Eric Pollard tried to dunk that, just came up a little short on it, but just grabbed his miss and put it back in with a layup. Ruiz now over to Pierce. Pierce being guarded by Rowan. Rowan makes him give it up. Fernandez over to Ruiz. Ruiz now to Fernandez. And Gideon goes for the steal, giving Bishop a clear path, and then blocked by Jake Kreisig, denying that shot from about 10 feet out. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Gideon through the legs, cross-court pass. Adams now to Rowan. Rowan feeds it over to Kreisig. He's all open. No gate, and he's open. Doesn't take the shot. Drives the lane. Goes over a player. Misses the shot. A very athletic play by Cade Gideon there. Not to help anybody to get hurt. But missed the shot. Now it's the Bears' ball. Ruiz has the ball up top, being guarded by Adams. Now down to Bishop, being guarded by Rowan. And he's denied. It looked like it was maybe Adams came from behind to block that. 5:30 to go here in the third quarter. Kreisig takes a three. It just misses. Easy rebound by Pollard. Sinks it and one. He'll be going to the line to make it a three-point play. 23-21, 5:23 left to go in the third quarter. Sailors coming out strong after halftime. Coach must have got a little fire underneath them. Playing strong defense, getting turnovers. Attempting dunks, block shots. Strong effort for the Steamboat Sailors coming out at halftime there. Kreisig is he's an animal when it comes to blocking the shots. That kid thought he had a clear shot, and Jake Kreisig just denied him on that. And then a beautiful give and go play from Cade Gideon to Eric Pollard, allowing Pollard a chance to dunk the ball. Just missed it. Pollard was able to gather the ball back up, though, and just lay it nicely off the glass for two. So again, here at Meek Gymnasium, it's 25 points for the Steamboat Sailors, 21 point for the Rifle Bears. These two teams met earlier in the season with the Sailors coming out victorious on that one by 14 points. In that game, the Sailors only allowed the Rifle Bears 25 points in the entire game. They have 21 in the first half. So far, though, almost 2.5 minutes into the second half, they have yet to score. Eric Pollard now going to the line for the Sailors, trying to finish off a three-point play. Puts the free throw shot up, makes it. So that was a three-point play for him. Bringing the score to 26-21, Sailors over the Bears. 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Bishop now has the ball for Rifle. He gives it over to Pierce. He's had the hot hand for them. He gets it out to, that's a Caldwell there. Now he gives it up to Ruiz. Takes a long three. Misses. Pollard, who's taller than everybody in the gymnasium, comes down easy with that one. Adams now brings it up. Gives it to Gideon. Pump fake. Drives the lane. Finds Rowan, who hasn't been pulling the trigger today. Gideon now a shot from the corner. Comes up short. And it's a rebound for the Rifle Bears. Ruiz pushes the ball up the court. Adams makes him stop. They kick it out to Fernandez for a three. He misses it. Kreisig easily goes up with the rebound. Sailors with quite a height advantage over the Rifle Bears. Adams, who's been hot, takes a three, and he cashes it. That's his third of the game. Kellen Adams showing up today for the Sailors. And now the Bears have the ball. It's 29-21. Steamboat with 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Bishop with Rifle has the ball, being guarded by Pollard. Again, Sailors running zone defense. Ruiz now with the ball, and he finds it into Caldwell. Tries to get it to Bishop. It's on the floor. The scramble. Rifle comes up with it. Feeds it to Pierce. Pierce takes a shot. Tries to go off the glass. Doesn't get it to fall. Kreisig with a strong rebound. Kreisig will now bring the ball across midcourt. Gives it up to Kellen Adams. Kellen Adams waiting for the offense to get started. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. 29-21, Sailors over the Bears. Rowan to Kreisig, to Gideon in the corner. Feeds it into Pollard. Too soft, but Pollard fights for it. Gets it back. Goes up. And nothing called there. Not sure why. I think Coach Van Dahl feeling the same thing. Ruiz trying to get something going for the Bears. Now they get it out to Pierce. Pierce over to Bishop. Bishop over to Ruiz. And now they've gone to a, what are they running? Like a boxing one maybe? Defense for the Sailors. And the Bears miss their shot. Rebound, Eric Pollard gets it to Rowan. Pushes it up to Gideon. Gideon goes strong to the hole. No, he kicks it out to Kreisig in the corner. Kreisig for a three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 32-21. 2:53 to go in the third quarter. Steamboat starting to extend their lead. Coming out of halftime, looking more like the Sailor team that we expect to see. A little bit sluggish in the first half, but looking much better since Coach lit a fire under them at halftime. Bishop with the Bears gives it Caldwell. Ruiz being guarded by Rowan. Ruiz tries to make a move. Not going to happen. Kellen Adams now guarding Pierce, who has the ball. Pierce trying to make something happen. Out to Ruiz. Drives into the paint. Has to kick it back out to Bishop. Not even close. It turns into a pass, who then Caldwell misses it. Strong rebound. Jake Kreisig going coast to coast and draws the foul. 32-21, 2:12 to go in the third quarter. Jake Kreisig right there comes down strong with a rebound. Takes it the length of the court. Doesn't get the shot to go, but he draws a two-shot penalty. And we've got a timeout called on the floor. Here's Steamboat Sailors with an 11-point lead, 32-21, 2:12 left to go in the third quarter. And that was Jake Kreisig cleaning up the glass right there. And when you want something clean, especially your car, go visit Travis and the gang at Mountain View Car Wash. They're always cleaning up the competition. Become a member of the Unlimited Wash Club, Mountain View Car Wash, between the mountain and town. Also throw a special thanks out to Steamboat Motors, the all-new Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Ram trucks with store-to-door service. You can now shop them online at steamboatmotors.com, west of Steamboat on Highway 40. And also Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where they always meet by accident. Russell's Auto Salon. They come highly recommended. 2:12 to go here in the third quarter. 32-21. Sailors leading the Bears. Kreisig at the line for two. Gets the ball from the ref, lets it fly. Doesn't bend his knees. Comes up short off the front of the iron. Just got to bend his knees a little bit more on that free throw shot. Jake Kreisig gets the second one. That time he bent his knees. That one's good. 2:12 to go. 33-21. Sailors extend their lead by one. Rifle Bears now have the ball. Carry on over to Caldwell. I think that's a call. We got new players in here for Rifle. Bishop has the ball, though. He's guarded by Kreisig, drives the lane, has to dish it off. They have to kick it all the way back out. So now Pierce with the ball. He's been the hot hand for Rifle. He gives it up to Bishop. Bishop looking to try to go inside. He's being guarded by Kreisig. Nothing happening there. The defense of Steamboat just stifling them. They have nowhere to go. Just take a long three. Hits nothing. Rebounded Sailors. That was Lindquist to Adams on that. Feeds it up to Kreisig. Kreisig, easy rebound. Goes up, misses. Grabs the rebound, puts it back in. 35-21. Steamboat extending their lead. This is looking more like the Sailor team that we expected to see coming out in the first half. As long as they come out at some point in the game, that's all that matters. Pierce for the Bears, over to Bishop. Bishop looks into the corner. Now he finds Carry On from a three, and that's his first shot attempt of the game, and he's money. So that's Kenny Carry On of the Rifle Bears making that shot. 35-24, 53 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Adams tries to feed it into Lindquist. There's a kicking foul. Kicked ball there by Carry On. And here comes a much taller player here for the Bears who hasn't played yet today, Logan Gross. Logan Gross coming in. He's just about as tall as some of these Sailor players. Kate Gideon drives into the paint, feeds Carter Ristad, who puts a nice shot off the backboard. 37-24, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter here. As the Rifle Bears bring it up, it's Pierce into Gross. Gross tries to go strong into Lindquist. Misses the shot. Now Carter Ristad pressuring the ball, pushing it up hard. Pulls it back. Makes an interesting pass to Kate Gideon, who is able to pull it in. Now Jackson Metzler back to Kate Gideon. Now to Ibarra. 5 seconds to go on the clock. They need to get a shot off. Gideon's going to take it with the buzzer, and he cashes it with 2 seconds to go. Kate Gideon gets a three. A full court shot misses by the Bears. And Kate Gideon finally getting that three-pointer to fall. He's been struggling with it all season. Finally gets it to go down. 40 points for your Sailors. 24 points for the Rifle Bears. The Rifle Bears only scoring 3 points in the third quarter, where Steamboat, well, they scored 22 points in that quarter, something like that. 28 seconds left to go here in the break. As Coach Van Dahl talking it over with his players. Jake Kreisig coming out with a really solid game today. Eric Pollard doing what he always does. Kellen Adams with 3 3-pointers tonight's had a heck of a game. Cade Gideon finally getting his three to go down right before the end of the buzzer at the third quarter there. Carter Ristad playing a solid game down in Eagle Valley. He was so aggressive, he actually ended up fouling out of the game down there. Doing much better with the fouls in this game. And we're going to start the fourth quarter. Let's get it underway. Steamboat Sailors 40, Rifle Bears 24. Rifle has the ball. Ruiz bringing the ball up. Carter, just after I just said Carter had been smart about his fouls, he does a reach in at midcourt, getting a quick foul with only 6 seconds coming off the clock before he got that foul. So here we go. Going to inbound the ball. They get it into Bishop. Being guarded by Gideon. He gets it out to Fernandez. Over to Ruiz. Ruiz being guarded down into Bishop. Bishop being guarded by Gideon. And he's able to put it in over the top of Gideon. So it's 40-26. 7:36 left to go in the game. Gideon to Ibarra. Ibarra looking for some help. Gets it back to Gideon. They're playing like a trap zone, the Bears, but they're called for a blocking foul, trying to trap Cade Gideon. It's going to be Sailor ball. 7:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. 40-26, Sailors over the Bears. Jackson Metzler will be inbounding the ball, gets it into Gideon. Gideon sets up the offense, gives it over to Ibarra. He gives it to Lindquist, over to Metzler. Metzler looks to go in, doesn't, gives it to Gideon. Finds Carter cutting to the basket. Carter tries to go up, loses his grip, but loses the ball. Goes Ruiz, goes coast to coast for the Bears, misses his. Gideon pulls in the rebound. Then he finds Ristad driving up the court, kicks it out to Metzler, who now drives, slashes into the lane, and he loses control of the ball. Taken away by Carry On. Carry On over to Caldwell. Caldwell takes a shot. He misses. Out of bounds on the Bears. It's going to be Sailor ball. 6:47 left to go in the fourth quarter. The score remains 40 for the Sailors, 26 for the Bears. Lindquist will inbound the ball to Cade Gideon, who will bring it up for the Sailors. He passes over to Jackson Metzler. Metzler looking for some help. Finds it over from Cade Gideon, who's now tries to go through his legs, leaves the ball behind. Gathers it back up, gives it to Barra. Over to Metzler. Now to Ristad. Ristad to Gideon. Gideon to Ibarra. Back to Gideon. Gideon pops a three. Gets a members bounce. That's two now for Gideon to go down from the three-point range. 43-26, 6 minutes to go. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Number 20, Bishop, drives into the lane, tries to put it in over Gideon. Not going to happen. Gideon bringing the ball up for the Sailors. Stops on the dime, passes to Metzler, over to Ibarra. Finds Lindquist in the blocks. I don't know, that ref thinks he got all ball, says it's all ball. And now the Bears push it up. Carry On, fakes a pass, goes in for the layup, comes up short. Metzler for the Sailors goes up to rebound and not able to pull it in. Goes out of bounds on the Sailors. It will be rifle ball. With 5:40 left to go in the fourth quarter, it's 43 Sailors, 26 Bears. Oh, man. It's been a wonderful day here, an evening here at Kelly Meek Gymnasium. Again, this is Drew McElhaney, and I'm happy to bring you the play-by-play for your Steamboat Sailors girls and boys basketball here on KTYV Steamboat Springs at 105.7, 97.7. And if you're wanting to stream this on your computer and watch the game, you can go to YouTube and Sailors Athletics. You type that in, you'll be able to see the live stream. Just click on that, and you can listen. You can listen to me there as well. It's everybody's nightmare. Drew's voice coming to him from all sorts of different directions. And there's the buzzer. So it's time for the players to come back out onto the court. Again, it's 5 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this game. 43 points for your Sailors, 26 points for the Bears of Rifle, Colorado. Call me crazy, but it seems to me a rifled bear is a dead bear. But we'll see if the Sailors can finish off these Bears. And it's going to be Carry On inbounding the ball to Bishop, to Ruiz, who takes a three. Now Bishop takes a three, a high arcing three. Misses, long rebound. Saved by the Bears. Kick it around the horn. And Pierce backs his way in, does a turnaround shot, misses everything. And the ball comes up to Carter Ristad. Carter brings the ball up, gives it to Lindquist, too hard, but he passes it out, finds Jake Kreisig. Now back to Adams, now to Metzler, cross court three, too much, but Lindquist with the rebound gives it to Adams. And Adams is going to slow everything down for the Sailors with 5 minutes to go here in the game. He gives it over to Jackson Metzler. Metzler just looking around, trying to size everything up. Gets it over to Lindquist. Now to Risted. And Risted drives the lane, and they're going to call an offensive on that one. Maybe just a little bit out of control. I imagine that's what the referee is saying, because it didn't really look like a charge. I imagine he's just saying that he was just out of control. 4:45 left to go in the game. 43-26, Sailors over the Bears. Rifle inbounds the ball. Ruiz bringing the ball up the court. Who's going to come across midcourt. Gives the ball over to Fernandez. Fernandez now back to Ruiz. Ruiz over to Pierce. He's been the hot hand for the Rifle Bears. Gives it over to Carry-On. To Fernandez for a three. That's his first. He drills that one. 43-29. And so right now, with just over 4 minutes to go in the game, the Rifle Bears have scored 4 more points than they did the last time they played the Sailors. Oh, Eric Pollard going strong to the hole. There's nothing the Rifle Bears could do to stop that locomotive coming down the paint. 45-29, 4 minutes to go in the game. Sailors leading the Rifle Bears. Kreisig on the defense here on Bishop. Bishop has to kick it out, finds Ruiz. Ruiz trying to fake out Eric Pollard, who's got him by about 1.5 feet. So Eric Pollard just got to stand there. Bishop tries to make a nice move, misses the shot. Kreisig comes down, gives a great pass to Pollard. Oh, it's stolen away by Carry-On. Kenny Carry-On of the Rifle Bears steps into the passing lane. Oh, but then there's Reestead, steps into the passing lane, takes it back. He's going coast to coast, and he puts it in. 3:25 left to go in the game, 47-29. Sailors extending their lead over the Rifle Bears. The Rifle has the ball now, brings across midcourt. Ruiz over to Pierce. Pierce back to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a long three, and he cashes that one. That's going to give them 32, 47-32 with 3:05 left to go in the game. Steamboat's got to start thinking about just working clock. Kellen Adams makes a nice try, misses, followed up by Eric Pollard. The big man down low cannot be stopped. 49-32, 2:49 left to go in the game. Ruiz over to Fernandez, takes a long three for Rifle, and he cashes that one. He's made 2 in a row now. 49-35, 2:36 to go. With the way they're shooting threes right now, Steamboat cannot get too complacent. And there's Rowan, moves it around, finds Adams. Adams puts it up. Adams misses. Jake Kreisig with a rebound and slapped out of bounds by the Rifle Bears out of Jake Kreisig's hands. Carter Reestead's going to come out of the game. In comes Kate Gideon. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the floor with 2:24 left to go in the game. Your hometown Sailors, 49 points. The Rifle Bears, 35. Shout out to Yampa Valley Bank, Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations both in Steamboat and in Craig. There's been plenty of bank shots going on in this game, but they've been cleaned up by pretty much Eric Pollard and Jake Kreisig just owning the boards. Solid game from pretty much just about everybody on the Sailors team. I give a shout out to all of them. I mean, Carter Reestead's had a great game. Eric Pollard's had a great game. Kate Gideon's had a great game. Jake Kreisig stepping up today, having a good game. Kellen Adams shooting his best game of the season so far. Carter Reestead's been a little bit calmer than usual, but that's okay because his teammates are stepping up. And he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just not pulling the trigger like he has. Kate Gideon drives the lane. Oh, they're going to call that offensive, too. Sometimes I think some of these are just because the Sailor guys are just a little bit bigger than the Rifle guys. It just looks a little bit more violent, I guess. But anyways, that's going to be Bear ball, and they bring it up with just over 2 minutes to go. And they're trailing by 14 to the Sailors, so they need to start getting something going, but they have been hitting threes lately, so Kate Gideon with the nice hands, and then Jake Kreisig, and they're going to call Kreisig with a reach-in. Calling him with a hold. 1:59 left to go in the game. 49 Sailors, 35 Bears. Ruiz inbounding the ball for Rifle. Gives the ball to Carry-On. Carry-On brings the ball up, being guarded by Adams. He dishes off the ball. Now to Fernandez. Fernandez with Rifle. Over to Pierce. Pierce was hot in the first half, not so much in the second half. Fernandez, who's been hot in the second half, gives it to Carry-On. Out to Pierce. Pierce for three. He misses that one. Kate Gideon with a strong board. Pushes the ball up. Now he finds Granger Rowan. Granger misses, goes over the back of the top of the backboard and out of bounds. 1:31 left to go in the game. 49-35. Right now the Sailors have this game in control. Just don't do anything stupid. They should be able to walk out of this gym with the lead. And they're going to push the ball up, and here they come. Rifle Bears. It's Pierce with Rifle. Has the ball. Guarded by Jake Kreisig. He gives it up. Fernandez to Carry On, being guarded by Metzler in the corner. And then he gives it to Fernandez, who tries pump fakes a three. Now gives it to Carry On in the corner for a three. He misses. Nothing but Sailors under the boards. And Rowland comes down with the rebound. Now gives it to Gideon. Under just at 1 minute to go. 49-35. Sailors leading the Bears. Sailors have the ball. Ibarra now looking to give it to Jake Kreisig. Gives it to Jake Kreisig. Kreisig out top to Rowland. Rowland gives it to Ibarra. Ibarra looking to try to feed it in. Can't. Gets himself in a little bit of mess, and Coach Van Dahl calls a timeout from the sidelines with 44.8 seconds left to go in the game. Steamboat Sailor ball, 49-35. It looks like Sailors should be able to bring this one in for a landing and get themselves their fourth consecutive win and go 4-0 in the Western Conference and have a lead, tied with the lead with the Summit High School. And I'll tell you, I've been looking at some of the stuff going around the league. Summit High School is 3-0 as well, but they have played not the best teams in the Western Conference. And the way it's setting up right now, there's a good chance we could have in a couple games from now, because the Sailors, if they take care of business like they should, we should have maybe a two undefeated teams matching up with each other here down the road with Summit and Steamboat. Kate Gideon inbounding the ball with 44 seconds to go. Goes Metzler, Gideon, back to Metzler. Back to Gideon. Gideon into Rowan. Out to Ibarra. Just moving the ball around, working some clock. Rowan to Metzler. Gideon all alone. Just lays it off the glass for an easy two. 51-35, 25 seconds to go in the game. And it's Pierce for the Rifle. Over to Carry On. Carry On tries to make a move. And number 30, I think that's Caldwell, misses that shot. Rebound, Gideon, 10 seconds. The Sailors are going to go to 4-0 here in the Western Conference. And the Air Sailors to time clicking down. And that's it, folks. That's it. Steamboat Sailors 51, Rifle Bears 35. Steamboat now has taken 2 from Rifle. Pushes them to 4-0 on the season. And the Steamboat is just rolling along. And I have to say, there's still a lot of upside. There's a lot of upside still with these Steamboat Sailors. And if this team really gets going and they're all firing, these guys could easily be putting up 70 points a game. 55 is 51 is respectable. And they played a strong game. But if they'd come out and played strong in the first half as they played in the second half, they'd easily be looking at like probably 65 points on the scoreboard. So it's just cleaning up those little things. Again, from Kelly Meek Gymnasium in the downtown Steamboat Springs, your Steamboat Sailors 51, the Rifle Bears only 35. Thank you. This has been Drew McElhaney with Steamboat Radio.
Oh yeah, that was at the beginning it's tough. I gotta figure out the game.
All right.
Yeah, so like
it's not an easy game.
If I can go on like with the girls information's on there, so I can see like minutes per game, and you can see who the 5 players are who have the most minutes. So then I can remember all their names before the game started. Oh yeah.
There's definitely an art to it.
Yeah, this one was much harder because I had to be like, okay, that's Caldwell, that's Bishop. But I will say, since the first game I called, I'm much quicker at remembering it now. Like, all of a sudden, it's like 23
like I said, not too many people can do it, so good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the jungle, we've got fun games. Well, good, that's what I want to sound like.